You've got the openweight title. We will be crowning the undisputed, the first ever 1PW openweight champion here tonight.
We will indeed, Stevie. 20-man over the top rope rumble to crown a first ever openweight champion right here in Doncaster, right here in 1PW. History will be made. Now, as you said, Stevie, we've got travel issues with the bandy killer. He's trying to come up here in his taxi. The taxi driver's going to be trying to get all the Northerners in their horses and cart out the way while he drives up the motorway. We are going to do our best to get in here. We've also got the Golden Gamble, don't forget. Who is going to put their name in the hat? Who is going to say, I'm willing to take that risk? You've got to take the risk that you're going to win that match to get number 20, because if you don't, you're stuck at number 1 with less chance of winning the Rumble than you've got of getting a decent haircut.
Things never change. But yeah, you're absolutely right. We've already had the random drawing. I don't know if you know the numbers that the guys have got backstage, but if they're not too happy with them, they can enter the Golden Gamble, they can put it all on the line, and they can win number 20 or lose and get number 1.
It's a big risk to take, and we're going to see later who's got the cojones to take the Golden Gamble.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest set for one fall is the UK High Flying Challenge match.
It's turn the break. Introducing. We got Pat. He is a sensation.
See, that's what happens when you can be that age and cocky. Pat thinking obviously he can take on everybody.
Flip off the ropes. Yeah, well, it was unfortunate. The guy slipped, but there really wasn't a need. I mean, Storm's more professional than that, surely. You know, to just take the mickey out of him right in the middle of the ring. Maybe a handshake and an unlucky might have done. Instead of in front of all these people just ripping on him.
A rib's a rib.
Well, yeah, there was a time and a place for him. I don't think, oh, look at Storm, he's having a little chuckle about it still to himself. Well, I think he might be laughing on the other side of his face when Pat gets hold of him.
Johnny Storm's a cockney, come on, it's exactly this sort of stuff.
Yeah, you're correct there, but I think if Pat gets hold of him, he's not going to forget in a hurry about a little giggle, and he's still doing it now, he's still giving it to him. And I think Pat might have something to say about that when he gets it. It's a double wrist lock, which is there's scope for all sorts of strange sort of combinations of manoeuvres in this match. It's a triple threat match. It's a nice leapfrog there, and a beautiful drop salt there from Pat. But again, it's straight away, someone on you. You've got to have eyes in the back of your head in this kind of matchup.
Yeah, it looks like Johnny Storm and Jody Fleisch need to remember they are not a tag team in this match. Whilst they can work together, at the end of the day, if they're going to have some sort of agreement, who's going to win?
Well, this is right. I mean, are they just going to eliminate Pat and then go for it themselves, or are they just going to end up just not wanting to win? I can't see that happening. It's just Pat's gone. So it looked like he's going for a punch, but he's actually just going to springboard back off the. That's a double finger there. That's something you don't see very often from Johnny Storm. A double finger.
Indeed. Jody Fleisch going for the Phoenix 720 DDT early. Pat responds by falling off the ropes again.
Well, it's unfortunate Pac has slipped again off the ropes, and it looks like now Fleisch is going to take advantage of that. He's going to hit some sort of springboard manoeuvre of his own. He springs to the top. Oh, and I think, again, it's a piss take.
It appears to be more about mocking Pac at this stage.
Well, again, I wouldn't take him lightly. That's a beautiful snap suplex there from Fleisch. And again, it does look like Storm and Fleisch are working as a team. As Storm's moved him into position, it looks like he's going for the big top rope double assisted moonsault, and he's giving it. And if he goes for a pin, is Storm going to break it?
He's going to have to, because if he wants to move on.
2.
Here we go.
And he has. But no. Well, already early on, a bit of dissension between the tag teams.
You
double pin, you can't.
The referee can't surely be thinking about counting this.
So who wins?
Exactly. Both men?
Well, it's a strange decision, but I think the friendship might be strained a bit if they keep trying that. Someone's obviously going to want to win on their own. Someone's going to want to prove themselves as the best high flyer in this match.
Well, I mean, the friendship between those two is looking tenuous at best these days.
Yeah, they've had a bit of a strained relationship, but they still seem to be taking it in turns on wailing on Pack. It's a big drop kick in the corner from Fleisch.
I guess taking one man out is the best thing to do in a match like this anyway. Then you wouldn't need the eyes in the back of your head. You can just concentrate purely on one man. And what better man to take out than the least experienced guy in the match?
Well, this is true. It's a nice double drop kick again from the tag team specialist. And Pack is not looking good at the moment. He's had nothing but double teams.
Exactly, Pat looking suspiciously hurt. Maybe from one or two of his falls off the ropes. I don't know.
Yeah, pride maybe. That's a big chop in the corner. Storm is winding his arm up. It's a big Irish whip. Whip spins in. Oh, he's ducked it. He's flipped over. It's a lot of poke to the eye. Followed by a big spinning heel kick from Fleisch. Pack is struggling to get any sort of momentum at all as working as a well-oiled tag team, even though it is in the same capacity. It's a big leg drop there from Fleisch. Pack is being taken apart.
Moment to go there. Johnny Storm going to the eyes. Perfectly legal as long as the referee doesn't see it.
And Pack, he's got him by the hair. And a sidewalk slam again. Pack is getting no offense in whatsoever. He's just being destroyed here by the tag team, who, although in singles, are still working as a unit. And taking it in turns on Pack. Pack being dragged up by his hair. And again, looks like he's setting himself up for another double team manoeuvre. Some sort of springboard from Fleisch.
This could go very wrong.
Is it the 720? No. Pack's reversed it. Big forearm shiver. And Fleisch is down, but Pack still. Oh, he's elevated him over the top rope. He's on the apron. That's a beautiful moonsault kick. It's knocked him off the apron. That is probably Pack's first decent offensive move of the match. He's knocked Storm to the outside, and Fleisch is coming in, and Fleisch is gone. He's on the apron. Maybe the same again. No, he's got the kick. And Pack with a beautiful drop shot, which is propelled Fleisch into Storm. And now the tag team are on the outside, and Pack is building up a decent amount of offense.
He's taking both men out here, which is a sound strategy to take. Both men in front of him. Is Pack going to take a high risk?
Pack's looking like he's going to fly. He's hit the ropes. Oh no, it's almost a baseball slide, but he missed, and then Fleisch hit him with like a mule kick. And that's a beautiful moonsault off the top rope there. And he's taking out the Pack, but Storm is in the ring. Maybe quite clever, not getting involved in any of these high-risk manoeuvres yet.
Yeah, he's taking a break, he's letting his partner do all the work for him. Obviously having to pick up the pieces, maybe roll one guy up.
And he's warming up, he's looking like he may be going for some sort of high-risk manoeuvre of his own, maybe for a plancha. He's hit the ropes, he's come back. That's a beautiful corkscrew plancha over the top rope, and he's actually hit Fleisch.
Good grief, he's gone after his own partner. I don't know whether that was deliberate or
Well, I
not.
don't know if it was meant to have. Pack ducked out of the way, it was hard to tell, but Pack, looking from that, he looked like he outsmarted the pair of them and was going for another double team manoeuvre. Now this is Pack's territory now. He's got two guys on the outside on the floor, and this guy is Mr. High Risk.
Yeah, he needs to be careful though. He's already taken an immense beating.
And that is almost a sky twister press off the top rope onto the outside. That is outrageous.
Pack does things that just normal people cannot do.
Oh, and we get a shot of the crowd there. I'm not sure they're chanting, but not very pretty to me. Anyway, back to the action. Pack has took him out. He's got Fleisch has rolled him in the ring. This is good strategy. He's left one on the outside, took one in. If he can work over, get the pinfall, he's set him up for a powerbomb, and he's hit. Well, he's hit a sit-down powerbomb. 1, 2, and he's on to 3.
Needs to work faster than that. Unfortunately, Johnny Storm now must be heading back into the ring. He needs to work quick.
He's still on the outside, and Pack taking every advantage here. Maybe taking a little too long, as Storm is still on the outside. You can see him in the background there. He's coming in the ring, Pack's on the top, and Storm has hit a facebuster attack manoeuvre onto the top turnbuckle. Well, again, now advantage Storm.
It's a wonder Pack
1,
isn't bleeding.
2. Oh, 2 count there. Sorry to interrupt you. You're going for the pinfall. I thought he had it.
Indeed, it's a miracle that Pack isn't bleeding after taking such impact straight into the top turnbuckle.
Again, it looks like Storm and Fleisch are working as a tag team, going for a series of double team manoeuvres. And it's got him in, well, it's kind of electric chair type positioning, and
Earthly.
whoa, there's an assisted snap.
Reverse Frankensteiner.
Yeah, it's just gone over 2, and Pack's kicked out. I thought it was all over.
The tenacity of Pack cannot be underestimated.
Well, he's got a lot of heart, he's got a lot of fire.
Maybe
but against two guys that constantly double team him, is it going to be enough?
You should know when to quit. You should know when enough is enough.
That's a lovely, like
a Michinoku
driver. Yeah, it certainly was. And again, the orchestrating double team manoeuvres, and it's a springboard. Wow, and it looks like, I think so.
Just pull him out of the way.
I think Fleisch has pulled the pack from underneath Storm. It looked like to me that was deliberate, and Fleisch now taking advantage of a groggy pack. The pack firing back with right forearms. That looks like forearm smashes, and he's got Fleisch reeling.
He's trying to back him into a corner.
That's a long way up. That's a beautiful jumping hurricane run off the top rope.
Can a man jump that way?
That's impressive. It's 2. And it's almost a 3. I thought that was it then. I thought that jumping hurricane run would have been enough to put him away, but Pac again showing all the fire and all the heart that he has in kicking out.
He just doesn't know the meaning of the word quit at all. Especially after showing against AJ Styles. He took an amazing beating.
And hard Irishman into the corner, but Pac is countered with a boot to the face and one for Storm as well. Both guys. It's a somersault. Double knee.
The shooting star first double knee. Straight between the shoulder blades of Johnny Storm and Jody Fleisch.
2. And another kick out again. Maybe a little too early, maybe not worn down them enough, but it was a beautiful, it was a shooting star double knee.
I thought that would have been it for sure.
This guy is making moves up as he goes along.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before in my life.
He's hooked him up. And he's flipped out the back door of a dragon suplex. And that's the he's gone for the well, but he's counted it into a small package. 1, 2. Oh, he's kicked out on 2. It's very close, and he's gone for it again. And he's hit it. He's hit the number 1, 2, and it's over. He's got him. Storm. Yes, he's got him. Storm has done him with the Wonder World, and there it is. Wow. Well, we thought Pat would struggle to get the job done against 2 friends and tag team, and it turned out in the end that he was the one that took Storm's Wonder World. Let's take a look at that. That's where he moved him.
We'll see it again. Wonderworld attempt, first blocked, inside cradle. Johnny Storm kicks out. This is where we thought Pat might do it. He had all the momentum. Unfortunately, he hit the second Wonderworld attempt. The 3 count was in the bag.
Well, Storm was just a little too late. Well, it's going to be interesting to see if Storm and Fleisch, after that showing, where there was obviously dissension between the two, that they can still put it as a tag team together. Well, they seem to be celebrating together.
I mean, looking at the buzz over the internet in the days before this show, Pat was firmly a favourite for the Battle Royale main event. Fortunately now, how is that going to affect his momentum?
Well, yeah, obviously, that his confidence is going to take a knock, and not to mention the amount of knocks he took to his head, and dents to his pride. Unfortunately, for slipping, the odds aren't good for him now.
Whoa, I think Johnny Storm's now aware of what Jody Fleisch did to him earlier in the match.
I think Fleisch is just trying to pass it off as they were, against each other, and he's trying to get back on Storm's good side, but I'm not convinced Storm is buying it.
I'm not convinced either.
There's a bit of finger pointing and a bit of a hug, and the look on Fleisch's face seems to me that he might have pulled one over Johnny Storm. I mean, Storm, he's no mug, but I think Fleisch is better mentally this time.
You expect a cocky to know every dirty trick in the book.
Yeah. I'm not saying anything on that one. I quite like Johnny Storm.
He's going up the apples and pears.
Yeah. Well, it's a big win. It's a big win for Storm. Again, it's good momentum on his side. He's got the fan support there again, and he didn't take like a Jay Phoenix shortcut number 6.
Sometimes I have to explain this. Jay Phoenix takes no shortcuts.
Well, anyway, there they go. Storm around victorious in a brilliant 3-way match. And here we have Steve Corino, King of Old School.
And it appears that he probably has to address the fans here. He's got something he wants to say.
So let's hear from the man himself, the King of Old School, Steve Corino.
I believe he's sporting a very fetching hat for the occasion.
Yeah, here we are. He seems to be have a WPW World title in his hand.
Well, I mean, it was all surrounded in controversy following the anniversary show. His match with the Fist.
Yeah, he went Fist 1. not quite sure what the outcome was of the title situation. We're still waiting to hear from anybody really for what the situation is. Obviously Carino has the belt in his hand, he has the mic in the other. Let's hear what the champ, what he might have to say.
There's an old saying that possession is 9/10 of the law. It's a fact that I lost by pinfall at the first anniversary in one of the most hardcore matches in my entire life. But possession is 9/10 of the law. It's true that the one PW office made a decision to take this championship belt away. You see, 99.9% of you people are so nice. But every once in a while, you get a guy and his girlfriend here. And this is the part of the job I love the most. Ladies, what do you have to say? I can't hear you. Say it again. Say it again. I'll have one ear. Oh my God, they're singers. They're singers. Captain and Tennille. What other man-women groups are there? Young lady, do something with that hair. See, your man pimp's even cheering for that one. Oh my God, if Sterling James Keenan could see you wearing his t-shirts, he would commit suicide right now. God damn, I'm a good heel. Why can't more people boo me? By the way, idiots. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I can't wrestle. You know what? No, wait. He's got a point. I can't wrestle. That might be the easiest thing anybody's ever said to me. If I can't wrestle, let me tell you something. Let me tell you the amount of girls I've done the job to. Francine, Jazz, a bunch of girls in Japan, your mother. Oh, you guys did the job too to her, huh? So young lady, unless you can grow some balls and jump over that rail and challenge me, because possession is 9/10 of the law, I suggest you shut up while you wouldn't even dare. A Bisney what? If a Biz killed me, I wouldn't be standing here. Say something smarter. You can say, Stone Cold Phil Austin, take a look at this guy here. That is an asshole. But be proud of yourself because you will be on the next 1PW DVD release. Me sparring with this chick right here.
What a lovely fan.
Now let's get back to business. Now I'm in a bad mood. Everybody wants to know what's the next step for Steve Carino.
W champion, so maybe Darkside taking this opportunity to step
Hey,
into the
I
ball.
don't know if your match is next or later, but I don't understand why you're out here, Darkside.
Darkside wants the microphone.
Well, he's got something to say, he's got something to get off his chest, and he could be challenging Steve Carino. This could be Darkside's big chance. He's got Mike in his hand.
Firstly,
There you go.
I've got to get a few things off my chest.
Fans, let's see if you're too appreciative of Darkside.
Fans don't like me either, so there's no accounting for taste.
He does have better hair than you.
No, it's better than that.
Carino has better hair.
Great shot, Matt.
There's no.
Well, the fans really getting onto Darkside.
Okay, as I was saying, I've got a few things to go off my chest. Every time I've come out here the past few months, I've started to notice more and more boos.
He seems somewhat rattled.
Like so.
Yes, indeed.
Am I person? Now, I thought I was being the good guy, Steve. I was clapping the hands, I was showing them the face fire, but no, they just can't accept me.
Oh, there's a ref in the
Now,
ring.
for a fact, Steve, you're one of my biggest supporters.
What is he wearing?
You were always in the back, singing my praises, basically.
It's nice.
And I
Darkside.
really did appreciate that,
It's
Steve.
like Scotland's answer to Billy Gunn. But maybe Martin.
But before, well, as you said, you're unsure of your future in 1PW, and I could not let you go without
Outside
giving
getting a
you
bit up close and
one gift
personal now with Kareem.
from everyone in the back.
And there it is. Well, he sucked him in, got close and a big right hand, and Darkside. Is this a match?
I have no idea.
The ref, Carino's, he's taking his jacket off, but not his hat. And Darkside is, well, he's taking this opportunity to make a name for himself. Steve Carino still recognises himself as the 1PW champion. Clearly after what he's just said, but Darkside, he wanted that opportunity to basically just come out here and make a name.
Is Darkside fighting a homeless man?
I think it's the hat. Well, Carino's just shrugged off that Inzaguri, but he didn't shrug off the big shot to the back. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. It's just an impromptu fight. If there's anything to it, Darkside's going for a slingshot senton. Holds a slingshot leg drop. Oh, well, there we go. It must be. Carino's kicked out, so it must be a match.
Right. I guess it must be. Okay, well, we're just going to have to go with it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, well,
We're a little bit unprepared for this.
Darkside shot to the corner, he's gone for the big splash, and Carino moves out the way, nobody there. He's got waistlock, reversal into the waistlock. Big German suplex attack, he's hit him with a German, that's a beautiful German suplex.
Come on.
Well, it was almost a 3, and Carino holding his head. There's some impact there as I didn't think the much smaller Darkside would have got Carino over for that German suplex, but it was beautifully done.
A lot stronger than people give him credit for. Darkside, amazingly fast, amazingly strong, and amazingly talented. He's certainly a name to watch here in 1PW.
He's not taking Carino down with a neck breaker, and he's giving it back to the fans. And some of that abuse back that he gets from them.
Unfairly, by the way, to add.
He's gone for the waistlock again. He's looking for another German suplex. Maybe to put Carino away. Carino's broken the waistlock, and Inzaguri was there. He staggered Darkside.
Carino now back across the ropes, looking for a lariat perhaps. No. Duck under. He's going for a Northern Lights bomb. Yes, he is. He nails it.
Nice bomb. And it's Team Supreme. It's Jack Stoll and David Morales are in. Constant thorn in the side to Carino, and here they are.
Crash the party.
Well, it's obviously it's been thrown out. And wait, and here comes Sterling James Keenan. Is he coming down to even the odds up?
Let's hope not.
Well, he's had previous with Team Supreme both using them as his lackeys as such, and then against them. So it's quite hard to see where this is going to turn out. There it is. He's to even the odds up. He's coming to help Carino, and it's just a fist fight.
The odds are stacked against Sterling James Keenan. It's 3-2, but he's got momentum in his favour.
Beautiful atomic drop. He's just raining blows on anybody that's moving.
That's it. Come on. Beat down the street trash.
So there it is. The numbers game again with Carino laid out, and now SJK 3-on-2. It's still too much even for Keenan and Carino. Two of 1PW's biggest stars being taken to school.
And now that MySpace generation emo is being choked out by Team Supreme on the map.
Darkside now looks like he's directing traffic a bit.
Oh no.
And this, it could get hardcore.
Could get a lot worse now.
Here comes Ulf Herman. He's coming to get himself.
man who will not die, a man who doesn't know the meaning of the word quit. Unfortunately, doesn't possess a brain cell either.
He's brought the fire. Let's hope he catches Team Supreme back.
Referee needs to stop this. Bringing fire into the ring is irresponsible, and it must constitute against at least 7 or 8 separate health and safety rules.
Looks like the ring is clear of Team Supreme.
Of course it's clear, the man brought fire in the ring. Irresponsible. These intimidation tactics will not work against a ring-savvy team like Team Supreme.
Well, it's all broken down, and it's all 6 of them are going at it on the outside, and there's action everywhere.
All further whipping Darkside into the guardrail at about 300 miles an hour.
Well, there's action everywhere. It's just broken out to the outside. There's going to be a double noggin knocker. There it is, Team Supreme meeting with the mind. Oh no, it's not. It was Darkside and Alice. Yeah. There's Jack Storm's in the ring.
Steve Corino's gone after Jack Storm. Sterling James Keenan getting back into the ring.
And it's the fists in the corner from Steve Corino. It's just raining the blows down. But, oh no, we're going for another tag. And that's Keenan's turn. Well, there's a
Referee needs to stop this. This is a blatant use of a closed fist.
and biting.
Is this even a match?
Well, Corino's for 10 more. 10 more close fists.
No.
I know it's going to be a big knee to the face. Well, I guess this is broken down into an impromptu 6-man tag.
It's looking that way. It's off gonna. Wow.
That's something you don't often see from the big German. Hits a delayed vertical suplex into Bude. And all the blood is rushing now to Storm's head. Obviously going to disorientate him as he hits the mat. It's a big delayed suplex. It's a beautiful move. And Ulfman relentless. He's just got to pick him straight back up again. Fast tag into Keenan. Is it opening him up? Keenan picking his spot. And a big right hand to the ribs. Again, cutting the wind off.
Keenan mistreated and misused Team Supreme and finally attacked them at the 1-year anniversary show, thus ending his relationship with them and also with Abyss.
It's a 2 count off the big running knee lift.
Keenan now picking Jack Storm up and a quick tag into Steve Corino.
Again opening wide open. It's the fast tags from Keenan and Corino and Ulf. It's a double rip.
And this is a guy that we're meant to call the champion, inviting Sterling James Keenan for some illegal double team manoeuvres.
Well, they just spent the first 10 minutes getting their asses handed to them by Team Supreme, who did actually break the rules and run in and stop the beat down. So
run in, I had this down as a trick. Did you see that before?
not the first one.
No, it was one.
Was it?
Ulf Herman now, continuing with the onslaught, locking in a camel clutch type manoeuvre. And cheating, sticking his fingers in the nostrils of Jack Storm.
I just think he was just trying to get a better grip. Darkside just comes and broke it up anyway with a big boot.
And so he should. I mean, the referee's plainly not going to do anything about it.
It's another tag to Keenan. Again, working over Jack Storm. And again, Keenan, picking spot with a poke to the eye. Again, more illegal tactics. Beautiful wrestling move. Poke to the eye.
That's not wrestling.
That's a nice back suplex though. Keenan staying on top of Jack Storm. And a bit of a strut before the fist drop.
Referee.
Cover. 1, 2. It's just a 2 count. Still not quite enough to put Jack Storm away.
I should hope not. A bevy of illegal tactics.
Well, a big rake to the eye. It's brought Keenan down to 1 knee and given Jack Storm a chance to tag in his tag team partner.
That looked way above the eye. It was somewhere over the forehead. Dave Morales now in. Tandem, Irish whip, boots to the midsection, and a series of clubbing blows across the back of Sterling James Keenan.
I think the Team Supreme, the only true tag team here, obviously playing the tag team game, trying to get Corino to come in so we can instigate some more double team maneuvers, but Corino put smartly in that, stayed on the outside. It's a nice suplex, arm across the face. So just a 2 count.
Dave Morales is like a bull or a bulldozer. He can just mow down anything in his path. Tagging Darkside in now. Scoop and a slam. Darkside now back off the ropes. And a great splash.
Covering for his carry on the cover 2. Carino was in, he was never going to let that be 3. But again, while the ref's back to turn, do you think Carino would be smarter? Wow.
I think the World Heavyweight Champion would possess even a small amount of intelligence. Not.
That's a choke in the corner. Was there a tag then?
Yeah, it was a clean tag. He must have missed it.
Keenan alongside the town, but he's trying to fight his way out. He's caught the foot, and it's a beautiful mule kick. Spinning mule kick from Keenan. He's reached over for the tag, and he's tagged in the big guy, Ulf Herman, he's just calling people in the ring. He's a house of fire. He's just lowering big clotheslines down. And Dave Morales and health there's for the dark side.
The only man bigger than Dave Morales in this match scoots him up and slams him straight down to the mat like he weighs nothing.
And there's one for Darkside. And Jack Storm he's got him by the hair. He's got him into the powerbomb position. Could this be? No, somebody help him. Pile driver. Yeah, that's a beautiful pile driver. It's just, he's spiked him in there. And that could be it. Could be us right. Beautiful wrestling move there. Shows his respect for Jack Storm by spitting on him.
It's classless and indecent and dirty,
but funny. And nothing more than he deserves is his new Bill tossed out the ring.
It's how diseases are spread.
Well, now Carino and Keenan are sort of playing Team Supreme at their own game. They're distracting the referee. While Ulf Herman is ramming Jack Storm's head against the guardrail.
Terrible refereeing.
And now he's taking Storm on a tour of the inside.
Looks like he's going to Irish whip Jack Storm into the guardrail, and he succeeds!
And that guardrail didn't move. And he just hit it and he slid down it.
A man the size of Ulf Herman, when he Irish whips you into a guardrail, you hit it with force and you hit it with velocity.
It's a big right hand. He's just systematically taking Jack Storm apart. I think Storm's rolled into the ring to try and get a breather.
The outside is really where Ulf Herman favours.
He's just been relentless though. It's kind of broken down into a normal tag team scenario now. Finally
attempted a drop kick.
Yeah.
And paid for it.
Yeah, it's not something you often see from the big guy. He went for the drop kick and paid for it, and now Team Supreme.
He's a wise man. He's brought in the biggest man in the match. If anyone can force Ulf Herman and pin his shoulders down to the mat, it's Dave Morales.
He's going to need maybe a bit of assistance for a big double suplex. And they've got him over, and it's lovely. He's floated over for the pin. And it's a kick out from Ulf Herman. Again, Carino was straight in there. I don't think he was going to ever let that be 3. The referee is doing quite well to keep some sort of order now. He's managed to keep the tags flowing, the legal tags flowing. Oh, and that's a double testicular claw.
Surely the referee must now be thinking about disqualifying Ulf Herman's team. This is ridiculous.
Well, the eye rake from Morales has made Ulf Herman drop the testicular claw.
There was no eye rake. Dave Morales now bullying Ulf Herman onto all fours, locking him in a camel clutch. Jack Storm now tempting Ulf Herman's partners into the ring. The referee's attention is taken up by Sterling James Keenan. Jack Storm off, sliding drop kick straight into the face of Ulf Herman.
That's gonna. I think well, he's just relentlessly just been booting Ulf Herman in the face. Kick out from Ulf. Jack Storm hands.
I mean, a guy the size of Jack Storm would struggle to do anything except just stomp and beat down on the flaming German.
It's tagged into Darkside and boot to the chest region. Again, it's got him in that camel clutch position. It looks like fingers in the mouth, but also hooked the legs. And I think he's attempting to stand up with Darkside, and he has done. He stood up with Darkside on his back. He's piggybacking Darkside. Darkside raking the eyes, and he's dropped him to his knees.
Darkside noticed there was an insect on Ulf's face and attempted to move the insect. And
Ulf, he's trying to get his bearings back to his that massive eye rate. And again, drawn Keenan into the ring, which is giving Team Supreme and Darkside the opportunity to triple team Ulf Herman into the corner.
All three men.
And there's that tag again.
All three men inexperienced in tag teams. Darkside, actually a very accomplished tag team wrestler up in Scotland.
Wolf is down. And again, it's smart tag team wrestling from Team 2. And Carino really should know better. He's
Begging the referee, even though he's quite obviously breaking the rules, he's begging the referee to let him across the ring.
Morales has just whipped Storm in for a big clothesline, and Ulf in the corner. He's up against the buckle, and Ulf can't seem to get any momentum going. They've actually cut the ring off again, like a good tag team.
They've slain the giant, but hold on a minute.
I think Ulf has had enough.
He's ulfing up.
I think he's actually telling him to hit him in the head. And Ulf is just raining those big right hands in, and Morales is, well, he's stunned, he's whipped him into the ropes. That's a big reverse elbow. Ulf really needs to make the tag to either Keen or Carino. They're both...
No.
He's done well to... It's a low drop kick.
A basement drop kick from Dave Morales. The team take the advantage back. He's dragging Ulf back to his corner, doing the sensible and intelligent thing.
Yeah, again, cutting the ring off. It's a very sound tag team. And it's double...
Splitting him in half.
Yeah, make a wish. Now Darkside, he's trying to break off his fingers.
Sound strategy from Darkside. Break his fingers, no grip. If he can't grip, he can't pick anyone up, and the power guy will then be useless.
Again, Carino's come in, and he's giving Darkside the opportunity to... He's got his back to the ref. It's maybe an illegal rake across the eyes.
Referee really needs to sort this out. Steve Carino's coming into the ring uninvited far too often. He needs to disqualify his team.
Big shoulder blocks from Darkside onto the firmly. Now he's gone to the middle rope. And he's raking the eyes again. But Ulf with a big atomic drop. And that's taken Darkside onto the mat. He really needs to make the tag to Ulf Herman, but again...
Shot to the groin.
But the referee's got to get Jack Storm out of the ring. He's not the legal man. He's illegally dragged...
He's as good as they've got the same hair.
He's illegally dragged back into the corner of his team. And now they've made the tag. Well, it hardly seems fair, but now Darkside has got Ulf Herman still down on his knees. Ulf he needs to really make a tag in a bad way.
Darkside now using the ropes as a back.
Oh, Keen's just slapped Darkside to break that hole. Really, it was on the ropes and he was raking the eyes. So Keen took it upon himself just to slap Darkside.
Slap him like a girl.
Again to the corner, and I'm like, was that a legal tag?
They've been legally tagging all throughout the match.
And here comes the double Irish whip. We've seen this already once. But Ulf has come out with a big clothesline. Oh, and one for both of Team Supreme. He's right there his corner. He really needs to make the tag.
He's that confused. He doesn't
Both
even know where
men
he is.
are fresh. They've not been in the ring
Come on,
for some
Darkside.
time. And he's made the tag, and here comes Steve Carino. It's a big clothesline. And he's got him in a, what looks like in a neck breaker. He's in a stunner DDT combo, which has taken both of Team Supreme down. And now it's Darkside. Darkside and Carino, the two men that started this all off.
Turning his attention to the instigator with a knee to the face. Steve Carino now signalling, is he possibly going to go for a lariat?
He's going to do a double underhook. That's a beautiful double underhook suplex. He's gone for the 3. Dave Morales is up though. It's a big boot to the face to break up the 3 count. And it's all broken down again as all 6 men are in the ring. Well, both Team Supreme have centred on Ulf Herman and managed to eject him out of the ring.
Here we go.
Well, it was a high-low from Team Supreme, and that could be it.
Dave Morales covers one, broken up by Ulf Herman.
It was a beautiful, almost total elimination style manoeuvre from Team Supreme. As Carino's still down, Ulf Herman has tossed Team Supreme outside.
I think that leaves Darkside and Steve Carino in the ring.
And again, Storm has been whipped into that guardrail. Darkside went for a big double knee off the middle rope. Got nothing. The pool was empty. Carino, it looks like he's teeing up. Well, I thought it was a lariat, but he's just hit him with a running boot.
Referee, he's not even the leader.
And that's the 3 count. A big running boot has taken down Darkside.
The winners of the match, the team of Ulf Herman, Sterling James Keenan, and the King of Old School, Steve Carino.
Steve Carino, the master of taking advantage of situations.
Well, He's obviously got where he is and being the whiny veteran.
By being a whiny veteran.
Whiny veteran.
Whiny.
And he's got the mic in his hand, so he's obviously got something else to say. Let's hear what the champion has to say.
I just want to take a second here, and I want to thank each and every one of you for the last 13 months. The last 13 months, you guys rejuvenated a broken down old man. I don't know why you're saying that, because in the next 45 minutes, I'm going to be the 1PW Openweight Champion! I can't predict the future, or maybe I can. 19 other men will walk out, I don't know. And I'm going to win this. Because I may not be the world heavyweight champion anymore, but I don't see a miss coming from my rematch. So tonight, when I win the 1PW Openweight Championship, it's me, SJK, where is he? That chick's mom! And we're partying all day long!
Whoa, I want to say something to you. First of all, I say to all, thank you very much. I got a few things in my mind and I want to talk about it tonight. I made it short because we got have to kick some ass from there, so I'll make it really short. So, first of all, Steve, without you, the foundation of this company, without you wouldn't be able, with your knowledge, with your spirit, with everything, you wouldn't be able to do this. And nobody gave us 3 months, 6 months, not even a year, a month. And here we are, 1 year later. And you know what it is? Now we got the foundation, we building a house. Now. And with all due respect, I want to thank you for everything you did to us. Thank you very much, my friend. All right, another thing. 1 year, we got a huge space, and everybody out there, I don't give a fuck what the name is. SWA, 1P, no, 1PW, so IPW, sorry. I get messed up in Germany. Yeah, sure I did. So your mom too, so shut the fuck up. Okay, I want to say one thing. Thank you for the last year. You put everything I had before and I lost before back in myself. I feel really confident. Thank you for everything. I thank one and each one of you for everything you put in this one. Thank you very much, guys.
Listen up, you limey crumpet suckers! Now, all that stuff they just said was really heart-wrenching, but SJK ain't much for crying. Steve, I'd be glad to party with you after the show, but there's gonna be one difference. That chick won't be there. And the openweight title is gonna be under my pillow. But I have a bigger fish to fry right now. January 13th, 2007, no turning back. Since I've been a young kid, I've watched tapes, I've watched television, I've done everything short of idolizing the great Buddha. So when I found out in October that I'd be stepping into the ring with him, I'd be lying to you if it took all I had not to pass out in the middle of the ring. But since I've been a young kid, a lot's changed. The great Buddha's gotten older. SJK's gotten better. And he's the goddamn ace of the biggest wrestling company in Europe right now. No turning back, Buddha. You're stepping into the house that SJK built. This ain't a union, guys. I'm taking all the credit. You're stepping into my house. You're wrestling. Would you shut up, man? I appreciate your support. No, my dick's getting sore. You're stepping into my house in front of my people. Hey, if it's any consolation, Karina thought you were a chick about 10 minutes ago. So, you know what really terrifies me, pal? I know that if I drop trowel right here, you would be on me like flies on shit. Hey, you're wearing the shirt, but the people came to see the man. In closing, no turning back, 2007. It's gonna break my heart to make my idol stay down. And now, without any further ado, our very first entrant in the Golden Gamble match.
Very talent in this match.
And now, introducing his opponent.
Well, he has every opportunity to do so, and he can do it all himself here. If he beats El Ligero and he goes on, he's got every chance of doing it.
Easy. No problem at all.
Well, I wouldn't get past El Ligero. I wouldn't say you'd be looking beyond him. He needs to focus on the job in hand, which at first is taking care of a luchador, which isn't going to be easy.
You underestimate the flawlessness of Jay Phoenix.
Not underestimating anybody, but you can't underestimate El Ligero either. He's come on, and he's going to be up for it. He's going to be ready, and he'll want that number 20 spot as well.
I don't deny that he has a thirst, that he wants this every bit as much as Jay Phoenix, but Jay Phoenix is by far above and beyond the most superior talent above anybody in 1PW.
Well, a nice little handshake to begin things. Let's hope things continue that way in a sporting manner.
Of course they will. Jay Phoenix plays this straight down the middle every time.
As we'll see. So here we go. Both men looking to lock it up early.
Bells are on. This match is most certainly underway. Jay Phoenix warming up.
And El Ligero trying to get the fans on side, trying to warm them up, get the fans' support behind him. Something that Jay Phoenix doesn't often have.
That's because he doesn't spend too much time pandering to the crowd like El Ligero, wasting time. As you can see here, no wasted motion. Jay Phoenix straight in there. El Ligero too distracted by what the audience think of him.
Now Jay's got a nice little headlock in there. Looks like Ligero's going to shoot him off to the ropes. Come off. Oh, there's a big shoulder block from Jay. I think Ligero can't match Jay for power, but certainly can for speed.
I think one thing people need to think about Jay is he can move a lot faster than you think. He deliberately slows it down. He's methodical. He's a thinking man's wrestler.
Well, he's getting methodically taken apart by a couple of decent arm drags there from Ligero.
As you can see, straight back on his feet. Things like that don't worry him. Not in the slightest.
On his back, it's a quick count, but nothing going there. Not even a one. It's a bit of a leapfrog. Oh, he's ducked his head too early and Jay took advantage. Come off the ropes. And a big kick from Ligero. Jay's on his back now, and he's rolled out the ring.
Of course he has. He's just regrouping his thoughts. Nothing more.
Well, yeah, it's sound psychology there. Rolling out the ring, taking a breather. Get your thoughts, collect your thoughts.
Exactly. Good technical strategy. Hey, see, here we go again. Ligero pandering to the fans. He spends far too much time caring about what these peasants think of him.
Well, yeah, there's a lot said for getting the crowd behind you. It can be like the extra man in the ring for you.
Jay Phoenix doesn't need this. Jay Phoenix only needs one man. He needs me, and that's all.
Has been shot to the ropes, and it's a trip. Ligero off the ropes, leapfrog over. And a little leapfrog, Jay's hit the deck again, and again. And Ligero with a standing moonsault onto the back of Jay Phoenix.
Goodness, his Ligero has actually become intelligent.
This head scissors, are we going to see it? No, oh, it's just going to head scissors takedown, and Jay again has rolled out the ring. Ligero is signalling for maybe a plancha.
Hopefully not. Get up, Jay, get up!
And he's waiting. There he goes, he's bounced, shot himself off the ropes. Oh, it's a big forearm to the face. He's obviously seen that one coming.
Intelligence saves the day. It reigns supreme. The thinking man's wrestler, Jay Phoenix.
Looking for a suplex. He's going to suplex him onto the outside. No, he's actually got onto the apron. Oh, and he's shot Jay off. Just like a slingshot manoeuvre onto the guardrail.
Good God.
And let's look at a big hurricane run off the apron to the floor. Both men are down.
It'll be a matter of time. Jay Phoenix will be back on his feet. Just wait and see.
Well, Ligero he's up and he's on one knee, and now he's up all the way. So he's got up first and he's gone to get to Jay. And it looks like he's rolled him in the ring. Some momentum on Ligero's side.
Well, Ligero may have the momentum now, but you see, this is exactly what Jay wants. He wants Ligero to jump far too often. He'll make a critical error. Just like that.
And there it is.
Jay Phoenix picks him up. Fireman's carry position.
Oh, he's nipped out the back door, bounced off the ropes, into the head scissor position. No. Oh, Phoenix has caught him coming through, and he's got him in a backbreaker type manoeuvre, which he's dropped into. No, it's been reversed into a Hurricane Rana. And now Ligero is waiting. He's sizing up Phoenix. He's dropped him into a drop toe onto the middle rope.
Jay
Looks like it could be something. Maybe 6-1 now. He's looking for it.
He'll make another mistake. He goes the rope once too often. He uses the ropes far too much.
There it is. Jay's again has caught him coming in. Maybe taking too much time there, Ligero. Could be right. Maybe instead of pandering to the crowd, he should have got in there. Maybe tried to get Jay before. Obviously, Jay's reversed that when he's seen it coming.
Exactly.
It's a big, hard Irish whip into the corner, which Jay's followed up. Well, Ligero's tried to boot him, but Jay's caught the foot coming in, and he's hooked his legs over the ropes into a lung blower. Wow, that's a nice manoeuvre, and that's going to take the wind right out of Ligero, the wind out of his sails. One of the best probably thing to do is trying to ground Ligero, which Jay has done there with that lung blower.
Exactly. Grounding the aerial offense of El Ligero is the best thing he can do. It's exactly what he relies on. Jay Phoenix being slower and more methodical and more intelligent, it's far more difficult to ground somebody like that.
Now Jay, maybe taking a leaf out of... Oh wait, well, there's not a lot you can say to that. I think he's just ridiculing Ligero there.
And so he should.
Now he's hold his arms. That can't be very nice for Ligero. Oh, no, there we go. He could be going for it this time. Well, it's a knee to the face.
Simple but effective.
Right, again, he's keeping Ligero ground, which is sound offense there from Phoenix. He's gone for a quick... No, it's just a 2 count. Nothing there.
I think what people forget is that Jay Phoenix is a very, very talented, accomplished amateur and Olympic-style wrestler.
Yeah, I'm not doubting that Phoenix can get it done in the ring. It's just that in the past he has been known to take the odd shortcut or 7. Oh, it's flipped out the back. He's gone to a waist lock. He's going to bounce the ropes, trying to roll up, but Phoenix is holding to the ropes, and he's been caught with a big clothesline. Maybe taking the leaf out of Phoenix's book with big power moves.
You try and insinuate that Jay Phoenix cheats?
No, not at all. I just say he likes to take the odd shortcut or 12.
We knew you were going to fall out, Mr. Mills. I implore you
Yeah, to call it how it is. A double knee to the chest. And he's setting him up onto the top rope. Could be a big back suplex coming. No. It could be a running drop kick. Phoenix not in the best of positions at the moment. Hung up in a tree of woe.
Get out, Jay. Get out.
Again, Ligera maybe wasting too much time. He keeps signaling for the crowd on side. But he's hit that one. That's a big drop kick right to the face. Jay Phoenix, while he's in the tree of woe, that is gonna sting.
And if there's one thing you can hurt more than anything on Jay, it's his face. He prides himself on his appearance.
Well, it's a big target with that forehead. He's up on his feet. Ligero off the ropes. It's a big running Yakuza style kick. He's gone for the cover. 1,
Kick out.
2. He's always. Well, it was close, but it's 2.
It was not close. He wasn't anywhere near.
Well, I think the look on Phoenix's face said otherwise. Ligero, big right hands across the face. He's gone again off the ropes. Phoenix has caught him. He's in a fireman's carry-out position, and he's hit him with a. Well, it's a power slam. It's a military press power slam. That's beautiful. He's gone for cover 1, 2. And a kick out from Ligero. Ligero's still got enough in him to get out at 2.
Come on, Jay.
It could only be a matter of time though. If Jay keeps hitting the big moves like that, Ligero could be done for.
He will be done for. It's academical.
And to Jay's credit, he's kept it clean. But now it looks like he might be taking a leaf out of Ligero's book. High risk manoeuvre, middle rope.
No.
It's a running palm strike from Ligero. He's caught him. Now Jay's prone on the top rope.
For some reason, Jay tempted to use the turnbuckles. This really is foreign territory for Phoenix.
And now Ligero's gone up. He's looking like he's going for a top rope Hurricane Rana. He's got it in position, and there he goes. He's got it. He's hit him, and that could be it. That could be all over for Jay. Number 1,
Kick out.
2.
Yes.
Well, that was. It looked like 3. It was close.
Didn't look
that was
anything
real
like
close. Well, it was. Again, the look on Jay's face. It was very close.
We employ referees who count far too quickly.
It looked like a call down the middle to me, but I don't employ the refs. Again, Ligero gone to the top rope. He's looking maybe to hit maybe a top rope DDT. He's waiting for 2 up. Oh, he's gone for a Hurricane Rana, and Jay's caught him in a powerbomb position. But Ligero's sunset flip, and Jay's pulled on his head. Maybe go for an Irish whip. Again, Ligero has bounced off the middle rope. He's hooked him in a DDT. It's a nice Northern Lights. 1, 2, and it's a big and there it was.
It's beautiful.
There it was. Again. Well, you see Ligero heading off through there.
1PW World Tag Team Championship shot by a victory over many teams at the 1PW Anniversary Show.
So in a type of environment, and there we see them Gabriel Gray, Dragon Icy, and Magic Damnation to take tag downs from Jay. Not to take one. No, not at all. I mean, a lot of people tend to get the idea that because they have a good time in the ring, that they can just breeze over them. But both Colt Banner and Dan Porridge are more than technically sound in the ring and good enough to beat anybody.
Skilled as they are still a pair of clowns.
Well, they do like to have a good time in the ring, there's no denying that.
We have come out here over and over again, and we tell you exactly what we're going to do. Now tonight, Damnation stand here as the #1 contenders for the 1PW Tag Champs. Now these boys, they can come out here, they can laugh, they can dance, they can spout catchphrases. But if they want to come out here and hold those belts, then they damn sure better be ready for a fight.
And their opponent,
Is that a lad in your tracks or a stairway to heaven? You must be tired running around my mind all night. How about an unexpected night out with the packer one? You're paying a fee. What? No? What, you lesbian or something? Sit down, I write a song about slags like you. It goes a little bit like this.
The misconception that people have, they tend to think that they can't get the job done because they're too busy having a good time, slapping hands with fans, getting they see the fluffy dance going. But once the bell rings and they're in the ring, yeah, there might be a little bit of tomfoolery in there, but they're more than capable of getting the job done. I don't know what can be tag team champions.
Champions as though they are. I think they got them.
That's a bit hard. I think the way they won the titles, harsh. I think they did. They were the best team on the night, proved that they have the belt, and Damnation are in for a tough fight, regardless of how much goes on in the ring.
I know exactly what credentials these two guys hold. I just seriously wish they had serious one. Hopefully, Damnation will be able to drag that back out.
Well, I mean, if it looks like Damnation are getting the upper hand on Team Shag, I'm sure both Colt Cabana and Darren Burridge will realise that it's not getting it done, and they will up their game and go more serious, as you say. But I still think, even with the keeping it a bit comedy in there, having a bit of a laugh, bit of fun, I still think they've got what it takes to beat Damnation.
Well, Damnation not to be taken lightly. I mean, they've certainly done things across many tiny promotions and working men's clubs up and down the country. But here they're hoping for the shot at the big one, the 1PW World Tag Team Championship.
Yeah, I mean, they've got every chance of taking it. They are a good enough team, and on their day they can beat anybody. And again, they went through the gauntlet, they ran the gauntlet to get here, to get their shot. And you've got to think that they are going to try and take this opportunity and snatch it with both hands and take the tag titles away from Burridge and Cabana.
Hopefully we'll be on for a great match. Referee here taking the belts. That could be the last time that either one of them hold those titles.
Yeah, well, they could be. I mean, they're handing the belts over to the ref. The ref's now going to show it to Damnation, and again, obviously, there it is. They've snatched the belts, and they're really proclaiming themselves as champions. Maybe it's a bit of fun and games on Damnation's part. Maybe getting in the mind of Team Shag, trying to maybe play them at their own game.
Yeah, the belt snatched back there. Champions for a cup of coffee, you might say.
Well, yeah, it could be. Maybe in the future they might be able to hold the belts for a bit longer at the end of this matchup, perhaps.
Fingers crossed for Damnation.
It looks like it's going to be Dragon Ice who's starting this tag team match off with the Pucker one, Darren Burridge. Burridge, again, although he likes to be the chaff and play the chaff gimmick, he can and he has got it down serious before. And although again they seem to be rolling their dice to see who goes first, as it might not be Burridge, I guess it depends who's got a dance.
Maybe so. Playing Conkers.
They're playing Conkers.
They're playing with their Conkers.
Colt's Conkers stronger than Burridge, so it looks like Colt Cabana is starting off against Dragon Ice.
Whether or not this is the right thing to do, I mean, Dragon Ice is probably
Sweet Stevie Aaron
two.
and the Twisted
Darren Burridge
Genius
obviously
in
going
the
to be more
house, calling the
familiar
action
with
here
Dragon Ice.
at Fight Club
As you
4.
can see here,
Tag titles on the
being
line,
worked
World
over, giving
Tag
away a good,
titles.
probably, I would say, 20-25 pounds in weight.
Yeah, certainly. Actually, it's the bigger
Taking on the new
the
champions.
two, and also the bigger the two in his team. But maybe strategy-wise, with Cabana slightly being bigger than Burridge, it's the two big men going first. Maybe if the big man starts against Burridge, maybe he would get the upper hand early. So they've gone for the two, matching size for size.
So
a touch of Kamala there from or maybe Big Daddy from Colt Cabana.
that's not a name we need to hear.
No, ruined the rest of it. But anyway, moving on, it's circling each other in the ring. Again, it looks like Cabana is trying to get into the mind of Dragon Iso, and he's giving him the fist. So he's got him in he's reversed that into a lovely. He's gone in. Why is it? It's a lovely sequence of manoeuvres from Cabana. He's really got him. He suckered Dragon in there with a wrist lock, reversed it into the hammerlock, and then whipped him over and really sort of embarrassed Izu. And again, to the matadors there as the big raging bulls running in, and he stopped him and well, he's in with old classic.
Cheap tactics.
The classic. And Izu's had enough, and it's a big slap. Maybe that might be the wake-up call that Cabana needs. He's
shown him a red rag. He really is a bull in a china shop now. Why would you anger a man the size of Dragon Izu?
Well, this is true, and Cabana looks rather upset by it all. He's tagged his tag team partner. It's like Cabana's he's had enough, and the slap to the face is upsetting.
I didn't think I'd do anything more than hurt his feelings, but evidently it was enough to make him tag out to his partner, the Pucker one, Darren Burridge, who's now entered the ring against Magic.
That's a tag on both sides. Again, the two more fast-paced, lighter guys of the two. Probably quite evenly matched up, and maybe a knuckle lock.
Despite being smaller, both men prefer to stay on the mat.
That's a knuckle lock there, looks like. It's quite even at the moment. Burridge has gone in. He's got him in a wrist lock, which he's snapped onto the leg, and he's got a toe hold. almost reminiscent of Terry Funk's spinning toe hold, but stood still. That's a beautiful roll over, and he snapped it down, and he's got him in the leg lock on the mat.
Almost jarring Magic's knee there.
And boy, it's a beautiful move onto the wrist lock.
Changing of limbs, how wise is that?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's maybe just trying to confuse Magic. He's hit many body parts. He's gone from the leg to the wrist to the head. And really, Magic doesn't seem to know where Burridge is at, but he's now got him into a head scissors from it. And Burridge is trying to thrust his way out of the head scissors. And Magic's leaning up, applying the pressure, working on his neck.
Magic keeping him down. He possesses immense strength in those legs. Magic can tie you up in many ways. He's very well versed in the art of submission.
And it's a lovely manoeuvre. He's gone into the headstand position, almost trying to maybe flip out of it. And Burridge has rolled himself up into a ball.
Well, I thought he'd gone all Luger on us, but it appears he had other ideas. And
Magic's moving in for, well, he's trying to look for a way in, and Burridge is that tightly wrapped. He can't stick his tongue out. He just can't get it. Magic again. He's the mind games again. Something Team Shag are very good at. They tend to sometimes people tend to misplace the comedy for mind games. Really getting into the mind of Magic. And Magic came in. Burridge popped up, and now he's got him in the hammerlock.
Magic's not worried, however. He's been in this situation many times. He knows exactly how to get out of it and exactly how to lock a guy into a submission hold straight from it.
It's beautiful. He got him in the wrist lock, and again he's gone into the side headlock. He's just showing his dominance over him. He's got him in the headlock. It's nice and tight, just maybe wearing Burridge down.
Dragon Izu chomping, almost barking on the apron. 1 foot up, he's ready to get in at any given moment.
Well, he's shot him to the ropes, and Magic, has knocked Burridge to the floor. Burridge with a go down leapfrog. And again, he's backed himself up in the ball.
Straight back to that position. Cabana seems to find it extremely amusing.
Well, I would say, really, if Magic was just to pull him up, surely his shoulders would be to the floor. It'd be a pin count. He's floated over. Burridge, nice float over onto the pin. He's got Magic up, and he's whipped him into the ropes. He's looking for a big backdrop. Magic's flipped over the sunset flip. Will he get him? No. Again, more gyrating, but he's kind of rolled him up into it now. Well, it's like kind of a ground-based leg scissors for Magic. Oh, and he's schoolboy did. He did. A schoolboy roll up, but a schoolboy. And Magic
schoolboy, and he's back into that again. Magic must really be feeling frustrated now.
Magic really cannot get anything linking together as Burridge is going back to that, rolling up into a tight little ball. Really, Magic, and he's just booted him in the back, plain and simple. And that has unfolded Burridge, and it could give Magic the opening they needed. Again, he's gone back to the big boot in the back. And now Magic is systematically working over Burridge again. He's now stomping on the back. He's going to be favouring the attack to the back now.
Well, he's going to be working up the back, hopefully going towards the neck. So when they lock in that tandem Emerald Frozen, it's going to be what she wrote, and the tag team belts will be in the bag for Damnation.
Yeah, certainly it would be. It's a move to be annoyed at, and that looks like it's angered. That probably booted him in the face, and now Burridge woke him up, and it's maybe knocked that comedy out of him. Now Burridge seems to be levering the big forearms, and what's Dragon Icy doing in it? So it's gone a bit. Everybody's in the ring. It's just a brawl. It's just broken down.
It's a ruckus. Damnation have been thrown out of the ring to the floor.
And Burridge is lost there. And Burridge wants to, in the top, he almost ripped his top off. He wants to get out of the ring, and he wants to. Well, he's grabbed his tag team title.
He's drawing a line in the sand almost.
Well, yeah, this maybe this is where the seriousness kicks in. I think Burridge has realised that Magic and Isu are not to be taken lightly, and that really it was a real good kick to the face to Burridge from Magic, and now and Burridge was irate.
Gabriel Gray, the mouthpiece, almost the mind for Damnation now, attempted to regroup his two troops, send them back into action.
Magic circling one side, and it looks like Icy maybe going the other. We need to restore a bit of order. As again, the all four men, three of them are in the ring. Magic's on the outside. The referee's to take a bit of order. Burridge back to the outside, and now Colt Cabana in. Again, the two big guys. We've yet to see a combination of Izu and Burridge, but big stiff forearms are just raining the blows on each other. No man wanting to give up as the blows keep coming in.
There are a few men that can stand toe-to-toe with the clubbing strikes of Dragon Aizu.
And it's a chop fest. Trading chops.
Series of knife-edge chops now, back and forth between the two of them. Colt Cabana now going straight back to the punches and into an Irish whip.
It's a reversal as he's going to the corner, but he's put his boot up, he comes back with a big forearm to the face, which is knocked Aizu onto his back.
His neck jarred as he spiraled backwards towards the mat.
Aizu's down now. Was there a tag made? There was, yeah. Darren Burridge is in. A double shoot onto the ropes. And a double elbows knocked Aizu back down.
It seems Team Shag may have got the advantage this time. Off the ropes with an elbow drop from Darren Burridge. Almost great muter-esque.
Yeah, they spat the mist. And now he's working. He's got him, picking him up. He's got him in the side headlock. Maybe looking to just take the wind out of Aizu's sails a bit. Just keep him down there. Shot into the ropes. Wow. Although I said that Aizu was the big of the two, it seems that the double shoulder block, no man budged.
Ineffective against a man that size. Burridge is being almost ridiculous attempting this.
Well, he keeps going back and he's having another shot at it, and another shot at it. Oh, well, he was going to, but great grab the foot. Again, it's almost like a third man giving the opening for Magic to steal in with that boot on the apron.
Burridge should have known better.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's been around the block, he knows the tricks of the trade, but he left himself open there. Magic took advantage, and that has given his team the advantage in this matchup. Colt Cabana saw what happened, he's seen it all before, and now the team is now in trouble. Team Shag. Burridge in the corner.
I mean, you may label it unfair, I'd simply call it smart.
Yeah, again, the third man, Gabriel Gray's got the cane, he's choking out Darren Burridge, which is good news for Damnation as they're zeroing in on that tag team title.
Idiot Colt Cabana refusing to leave the ring, he's not helping his partner at all.
But no, it's still allowing the referee's obviously distracted by Cabana, which is allowing Gabriel Gray and Magic to double team with Dragon and a triple team with the cane, which is also a quadruple team.
Exactly. It's only illegal if the referee sees it.
Magic dropping the knee across Burridge's face. Burridge is desperate for a tag. He's took a bit of a pounding, a bit of a choke from the cane. And again, sound strategy is as Magic, he's gone touching the can't call the right hands. He's got the cross arm across the face, and he's hit with the cross faces. Again, blocking the wind from his windpipe.
That's exactly what they're trying to do now, infuriate Colt Cabana enough to come back into the ring and take the referee's attention away once more.
And again, Magic has gone back to the throat.
Almost seducing, teasing him in the corner there, letting him reach but not quite tag in. Frustrating Colt.
Yeah, it's going frustrating for Cabana as he wants in the ring, and he wants in the ring bad, but Magic's doing a good job of cutting the ring off. And big clothesline again. So it's a very high clothesline, maybe centering on that neck a bit more.
Yep.
It's a 2 count.
Once again, working back over the neck for the tandem emerald frozen.
Yeah, definitely. So obviously, they've got a game plan, Damnation, and they're trying to stick to it. But it's a big forearm shot from the Pucker one, and another one. It's got the reeling. Right to the eyes has brought Burridge back down to his hands and knees, keeping the advantage with Damnation.
Simple and effective. Damnation not taking any risks.
Oh, it's going for a quick backslide. That's a one. Oh, no, that's not enough. Oh, and a big boot straight up off the backside. Magic far too fresh for that. He's tagged in his tag team partner, Dragon Aizu,
who's now at a rest. He's also now fresh. Advantage really.
It's a nice snap suplex into like a fist across the throat again, a forearm across the throat, concentrating on that. Again, working maybe towards that double emerald fusion.
Cabana really needs to watch what he's doing. He's jeopardising his own tag team partner.
Yeah, certainly by keeping coming into the ring trying to get in, he's doing his partner no favours.
Incredibly quick back elbow, snap mirror, straight to the forward roll.
Again, at the neck. You've got to believe that. Look at the pin cover. He knows he's not going to get the 3 from that, but he's got his arm across his throat. The same throat that the cane was across, the one that Magic crossed, Burridge's arms across. He's really working it. I guess they're trying to. It's a quick roll up. Maybe 2.
The kick out from Dragon Aizu. Again, too strong.
Burridge really needs to tag in a bad way. He's been caught in the corner too many times. They're working him over like a good tag team. Quick, fast tags, quick workovers, back in, tagging someone else in.
Everything's simple, effective, to the point, nothing fancy. They're not taking any risks, slowing the match down to their pace. They've cut the ring off perfectly in half, keeping Darren Burridge in their corner, dictating the pace exactly as they want it.
And if it keeps going like this, we could really be seeing new 1PW Tag Team Champions in Damnation.
Repeated shoulder blocks in the stomach, attempting to further wind Darren Burridge.
It's a double slap there, double chop style manoeuvre from Burridge. And a palm strike.
Firing back in. Did Dragon Ice you back off?
I think so, but I think he didn't know quite sure what was going to happen there, but it's a knee. So it's a raised knee to the face again, and it's another quick tag. So this is good tag team wrestling from Damnation. Quick tags, keeping the man fresh, but constantly on top of the man in the ring.
Gabriel Gray once again barking the orders for his team.
And Burridge is, again, he's fighting back with the chops, and well, the straps are down. And Burridge is loaded with a big double chop.
I'll be very surprised if Darren Burridge can outmatch Dragon Izu chop for chop and in the strength department.
Oh, he's gone straight for a kick to the guts. And again, working on the throat region. I mean, I've got to be careful with the throat manoeuvre. They don't want to slip into a chokehold, the ref can break it. But if they keep working over it, he's going to be short for breath. He's going to struggle to make the tag, and ultimately struggle to kick out of the pinfall.
Burridge is backing Barry, but you see the intelligence there. Magic comes in, takes the referee's attention towards him, so the referee did not see the tag to Colt Cabana.
The tag was clearly made, and Cabana can't believe it. Really, a man of his experience should know better. He needs to get out of the ring as quick as he can. Again, it's the treble team on Darren Burridge. He's taking part of the pacing at the moment, and really needs to make a tag in a bad way.
Magic, the tag team specialist of sorts in this encounter, really using his intelligence and taking the attention away.
Burridge he's in the wrong part of town. He's again constantly stuck in Damnation's corner, and they're just methodically taking him apart. I think it's only a matter of time before we see new tag champs.
Colt is, I mean, at this rate, definitely. Colt's getting far too frustrated. And a beautiful little side slam STO.
And he's manoeuvring into a corner. Maybe go for a top rope manoeuvre.
Maybe so.
He's giving the signal. Oh, he's tagged in. He's trying to not known for his top rope manoeuvres, but maybe taking a little bit too long here.
It's certainly unfamiliar territory for him.
He's going for a middle rope bomb. Vader has behind me. He's missed. He took too long. Burridge is rolled over, and there's the tag.
And he's made the tag.
And Cabana's in, and he's a house of fire. It's right hands for everybody, and I'm sure if Gabriel Gray slipped in the ring, he would get one as well. And Cabana's taking them all on his own. Right hands everywhere, and it's a bionic elbow, and another one, and another. Well, it's
dusty-rific.
It is. There's bionic elbows all around. But the double hit to the stomach has put Colt down. Opportunity to capitalise, and there's Gabriel Gray, and there's one for him, and it's bionic elbows for everybody.
Bionic elbows all round. Colt needs to be careful though. There's two, even a third man there attempting to get in the ring.
It's Irish whip to Dragon, and Magic's into Dragon, they're both in the corner, and there's a big run up, and it's the flying butt bump. Well, Magic's moved, but he's still hit Dragon, and a big boot to the face has put Magic on his back. And this could be all she wrote. 1, 2. Oh no, Dragon was in there. He kind of fell on top of Magic. I think it was almost, it looked like maybe a little bit of a drop toe hold. But Damnation in not the most flattering of positions at the moment.
No, it's slightly compromising to say the least.
And it looks like it's a double elbow maybe. It is, yeah. It's the Asbo elbow. It's a double one.
Asbo elbow.
Well, it seems quite effective as Magic is still down, and he's managed to get up. And it looks like a nipple lock. A double nipple lock.
Going for the nipples.
And it's effective because Dragon's on the outside.
Surely that's illegal. The referee should be straight in there.
He's got till 5. But he's looking for the Colt 45. He's hooking him up. He's on the outside. And it's the Colt 45 neck breaker combo. But
Magic sneaked out the back door with the aid of Dragon Izu. Magic now speeding in, hoping that they can quickly take the advantage and turn the tide in the momentum of the match.
So it's a double.
Here we go. They're going for the double Emerald Frozen.
Colt with the big boot. He sent Dragon to the ropes, and Burridge is picked up on. sure what it was. I kind of put my image for some sort of
Snap suplex.
yeah. And this could be the double Colt 45 neck breaker combo. Oh, right in his head. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what they call that. It could be a good stiff shot, perhaps. And that's 3.
I'll call that a Colt 84.
Oh, it's done it. And that is the neck breaker Colt 45 combo has put Magic away. And I'm not surprised to say he's a king forever.
Possibly in the hospital.
And there we have it. Still 1PW Tag Team Champions, Team Shag. With all the comedy, in the end, they've got the job done. But this is all mistakes. It was a beautiful double team manoeuvre. I'm sure I'm going to call it a good stiff shag. And there we see celebrating with the fans. The fans love them. They are clear fan favourites.
Well, of course the fans love it. It appeals to just sort of their intelligence market. Oh look, it's Dick Jones.
And then we're going to see it again. Oh no, it's a slip out. It's a lead up to it, and this is the one. Just watch Magic's neck. Oh, that's a beauty. That is. I didn't know what would kick out from that.
The angle in which he came down on top of his head, I don't think there is a man, woman, child or mineral on the face of the planet who would be able to move after something like that.
Certainly not. And there we see the tag team champions victorious, still holding, willing to fight another day.
Who on earth can throw Team Shag?
Well, I mean, they are certainly the powering through the tag team division in 1PW.
I mean, I'm sure if I find Jay Phoenix a partner in a matter of minutes.
Yeah, and then obviously his tag team partner will be able to sit him in short number 642. And they probably will take the tag team balance. But
Jay Phoenix is a clean referee.
yeah. Anyways, about as clean as them very guys are sticking out what the band's pants. There's not much we can say to that really. I mean, they're nice.
That's all I want to say. That's what I'm saying. It disgusts me.
Well, they are our 1PW tag team champions.
There are no disqualifications and falls count anywhere in Yorkshire. Introducing first, and his opponent from...
Bit of jaw jacking to begin with, I think Iceman. I think Stone likes to let his fist do the talking, and Ice is giving it to him right in his face.
Iceman's not afraid to get right up in there and just tell you exactly how he thinks. He's got the scars on his arms to prove exactly how tough he is.
Well, that's a brave referee trying to get in front. That's a bit of a shoving match. And Stone not looking intimidated at all.
Stone is...
And there we go. It's the big forearm trade-off. These guys just going at it hard and heavy straight off the bat. There's no lock up here. It's straight into the forearms. It's a big hard Irish whip into the corner. Iceman is looking for maybe a big avalanche. Oh, it's a big clothesline. And Stone's down. He's felt, well, I thought with the straight hard hit, and I thought maybe, I thought he was going for the cannonball, but he's hitting with a big running knee, and Stone has been knocked onto his ass already.
I think that surprised him. I think he was almost bracing for a cannonball. He probably tensed his body, expecting to accept the full weight of Iceman's body into his.
Well, he's yanked the brakes on. It looked like he was going for the big cannonball manoeuvre into the corner.
He's doing it again. He's using tactics. He's almost trying to confuse Stone, throw him off base.
Well, it's good sales strategy, as if they keep it to the ring, as we said. Stone does have the upper hand, and he took it to the outside, and this is Iceman's territory.
Fantastic shot of some of the idiots who populate the audience.
That's a bit harsh.
Oh my God! Iceman now surely with either a broken spine or some sort of injury to a liver or his kidneys or what.
He set Stone up on the chair, looking for the cannonball off the ring apron onto him. Stone was well aware of what was happening, and he moved out of the way, and Ice has just gone and flattened that chair, and he's laid out on the floor. Stone might be looking to use that chair and not asking Iceman to take a seat. Why? He's chucked it down. Just chucked it down. Maybe he's not wanting to use the weapons. Maybe he just wants to finish Ice again. Oh, he's just kicked the referee.
Toe poking the ref.
Well, I don't think Stone's very pleased about what's going on. The ref's obviously checking on Iceman. He's took that cannonball into the chair, and Stone, he wants to get in there and finish him off. But the referee is he says it's go time again, and Ice is up, and I think Stone just spat some water He's over the guardrail, some big forearms to the back, and then around his head into the guardrail.
As tough as Iceman is, surely plummeting to the floor and straight through a chair really must have taken its toll on his body. There's very little movement from Iceman at the moment.
And Stone's taking full advantage, and he's got Ice laid up against that guardrail, and I dread to think what might be coming here. And he's taking a bit of a run up. Oh, and maybe a leaf out of Iceman's book. He's hit it with a cannonball into the guardrail.
I think this is a match all about throwing your opponent completely off base. I mean, these two are familiar with each other. They have clashed during 1PW before. Maybe both men wanting to try something different, try and daze your opponent, try and confuse him.
Well, this is going to daze and confuse Iceman. If he hits this road sign, Stone's weaponed up and ready to go. And it looks like he's taking... Oh, he's dropped it, and the pad's off, and the elbow is out, and this is what has knocked people out before. A big running forearm straight to the face of Iceman. He's down again. He barely had time to get up, and he's back on his back again.
He must be dead.
Stone is relentless. He's gone for a pinfall. Falls count anywhere in Doncaster. Kick out on 2.
Maybe that was just instinct. Maybe he has nothing left in the tank.
Well, I mean, after a forearm like that to the face, no one would think any less of Iceman if he just stayed down. It has knocked men down before, and they haven't got up.
I've seen many men knocked out by the elbows and forearm smashes from Martin Stone.
Stone again, he's gone for a run-up assisted weapon shot, and he's looking for something. He's looking for a bit of hardware under the ring. Not quite sure what he's after, but he's certainly searching for something.
Some form of plunder.
You can't seem to find what he's looking for, but it's giving Iceman time to recover here.
Yeah.
I've got to question Stone's sort of his strategy there in going to find something, which he clearly hasn't got now. And he gave Ice a bit of time to regain his bearings.
Yeah, big mistake there from Martin Stone, giving him all the time he needed. But no! Straight to the guardrail.
Well, bearings or not, Iceman has just gone Irish whipped into the guardrail and taken out the first row.
How much more damage can Iceman's spine take?
Well, that's now the cannonball into it. His back was up against the guardrail. There was the cannonball that he actually did off the apron onto the chair, and now there's the big hard Irish whip into the cover. 1, 2. Was that 3? No, it was out on 2. I thought it was all over. I thought Stone had got him.
Martin Stone seems to be pointing to the audience. I don't know if he's just going to turn his attentions on killing random members of the crowd.
He's picked him up off the floor, and he's obscured to Keith Meyer, and it's just round his head. It's face crusher into the steps. Again, those steps are unforgiving. They do not bend. It was face on metal. And now Stone again.
It would take 2 normal people to move those steps.
And he's got. It looks like some sort of wrench that's used to erect the ring.
Oh no, he's putting it in his mouth.
And wow, that's disgusting. Iceman is bleeding. And now Stone he's obviously smelt the blood, and he's going in for the kill, and some big fists. Obviously the wrench in the mouth is going to loosen a few teeth. Iceman is taking a bit of a beating.
He's trying to rip out his tongue as a receipt for all that jaw jacking at the start of the match.
And again, Stone is looking for something. He obviously wants something, but again, he's not wasting too much time. And this is all over. 1, 2, and again, Iceman is kicked out.
Iceman already losing a lot of blood there on the outside.
I mean, how much more can Iceman take? And Stone is again directing traffic, and it looks like he's telling the crowd to move. It's going to be a big hard Irish whip, and Iceman is actually he's been Irish whipped over the barrier into the first row.
The top of his legs caught the barricade and sent him careering through 3, 4, 5 rows of chairs. Fans scattered all over the place.
And Stone wasted a bit of time for me, really. If he wants to get the job done, Iceman cannot be taken lightly. He will keep coming at you until you knock him, until he can't come back to you no more. He's again giving Iceman time to recover. It was a monstrous Irish whip over the guardrail, but someone of Iceman's of his power, he's got to be on top of him, which he is now. He's in the crowd, and they're brawling up they're brawling amongst the crowd.
Fans scattered in the way, can't see too much of what's going on, but it continues with the theme of the rest of the match. The Iceman's going to be taking a hellacious beating.
There's a handsome looking guy there in a Steve Carina hat, a Steve Carina t-shirt with a beanie hat on. He's a good looking fella. There he is. And Stone's picked up Iceman. He's asking to take a seat, but Iceman is...
He's lost too much blood to even be coordinated.
His legs have gone to jelly. He's sat him down, and this does not bode well for Iceman as Stone is winding up what could be a big clothesline onto the chair, and it is. And Iceman is Well, he's on Dream Street. He's gone for the cover. It's got to be all over. It's 2, and again, Iceman has kicked out. I cannot get. What is it going to take to put Iceman down?
A bulldozer.
Well, it's falls count anyway. There is some construction work, I should say, going on outside. You never know. If this goes out there, Stone could indeed get a bulldozer, and it might take that to knock him down.
Falls count anywhere.
Anywhere.
If this ends up anywhere near my house, I'm not going to be pleased.
And then I'll bring him right up in the crowd. And it's going, just keep going, and Stone is relentless. I think he's finally realised that it's going to take something above the ordinary, beyond the ordinary, to knock down Iceman for a 3 and keep him down. Because they're actually brought right to the top of the dome. Steps, obviously not the top of the dome, but
it may well end up on top of the dome. One man could take a fall off the roof.
Iceman he's just bleeding. His face is a mass of blood, and he's just gonna hurl him downstairs.
Oh, I bet.
And Stone is he's just bowled him downstairs.
And as cold and as callous as that is, I have to say I kind of like it.
Well, again, Stone is taking it to a new level because he realises he's got to do something special to get Iceman to stay down. He just keeps getting up.
I think Martin Stone's almost sitting on his hands. I think even he's underestimating the amount of punishment Iceman is willing to take.
And he has took a lot of punishment, but he keeps getting up. Although I think if he goes in for the 3, I think it could be all over here. He's just been bowled down 1, 2, and I think that's well, judging by Stone's reaction, that is another kick out.
Martin Stone with a barrage of four-letter words. Even he can't possibly comprehend exactly what must be going through Iceman's mind. Is he even conscious?
He's just loaded some big right hands onto Iceman. Iceman is what is it, 3? No, I think again it must have been another kick out.
The bloodthirsty fans asking for more punishment.
Well, he's got him up again, and he's leading him somewhere. Iceman is he's conscious. I think.
I don't know. It's difficult to say from this vantage point.
It's brought to near the entrance way. I think. Well, I say brought. I think Stone has just dragged Iceman across there. I think Iceman has got any. Oh, look at that! It's disgusting. There is blood everywhere.
He has bled over all 4 corners of the Doncaster dome.
And the fans want more. And Stone is quite prepared to give it.
Stone is not going to stop. He is unrelenting in his assault on Iceman.
There's a bit of furniture manoeuvre in it. Iceman has lost a lot of blood.
I think we're going to need some medical attention for Iceman.
I mean, surely, maybe it's in the best interest to stop the match. He's taken a beating. I think he's gone into look because that was an absolutely monstrous right hand there from Stone. I think it could have KO'd him.
Do you think Martin Stone would beat
Stone has got
light tubes?
Surely not. You can't.
How much
is he going to hit? He said we have to take it to the next level, and Stone is grabbed a drink, and he's put the light tubes down. So hopefully he's not going to use.
No.
He's set Iceman's head up onto the light tubes and stomped his head into the light tubes. It's out of order.
It's beyond sick.
He's just.
He's gone in again.
Again, he's just smashed the light tube around Iceman's head. And surely Stone he's took it to the next level and then some, because Iceman is just not moving.
He's down. The referee checking on him. But even he won't throw this match out. I mean, do you really think Martin Stone wants to win by virtue of the match being thrown out?
Well, no. I mean, that's not in Stone's nature either. But just look at that shot there. It's disturbing. Iceman has lost a lot of blood. He must. I mean, they say that the taste of your own blood gets you fired up. But Iceman is he's on his back, and to me, looks like he's not getting up. I think if Stone went for the 3, I think he would have it. But Stone's obviously. He doesn't believe that because he's still looking for something. He's really he wants to finish Iceman off once and for all, but he just can't seem to get it done. Iceman just keeps getting up, kicking out time after time.
Unbelievable tenacity here shown by Iceman. He just will not.
2, And again,
He's back up again.
again, it's surely got to be instinct. He cannot know what he's doing. He cannot know what's going on. He's just, again, he's taken a, oh my God, he's just Beal tossed him off the rampway into a table. Surely that's got to be it now. Got to be it for Iceman. Again, damage to the back. Stone, although he's been relentless, he has somewhat focused on Iceman's back since the early cannonball off the ring apron. Maybe a bit of strategy in that. Although not much strategy in light tubes over the head.
No.
But he has a little bit working on.
Who leaves a cricket bat on the ring apron?
Well, that was obviously what Stone was looking for, and he's found his weapon of choice, the cricket bat.
Who did he pay to leave that?
I don't know, but he's looking to, dare I say it, hit Iceman for 6. It's poor, but again he kicked out. I'm not sure. I don't think he used the cricket bat, but he's. I think he was trying it just to see if he was done for after the Beal toss, like a hip toss, Beal toss into the table. Iceman has just flattened that table, and Iceman just he cannot know where he is.
Right hands now, all over the head and face of Iceman, confusing and dazing him further.
Stone is covered in Iceman's blood. His right hand and arm is literally covered. And that doesn't look good either. He's clearing the fans out of the way. Stone has evil intentions.
The fans are covered, the floor is covered, the table which he went through is covered, everything is covered in Iceman's blood. How much blood has Iceman lost?
And I think he's about to lose some more as Stone looks like to be setting him. Well, he's setting him up against the guardrail. I'm not quite sure that looks like the cricket bat. Oh! And that is a shot to the midsection with the cricket bat, and the look on Iceman's face is, well, his lights are on, but nobody's home. He's took a beating.
He has no heart, no soul. He is willing to do literally anything to put away Iceman.
And he's hoisted him up again, and he's gone for the cricket bat. Oh, done it again! And again, he's whacked him right in the midsection of that cricket bat, and Iceman is now not only hurting on his back, he's hurting on his front, he's doubled over in pain, and he just keeps going.
I think it hit him in the arm as well as the stomach. Iceman instinctively tries to protect himself. Lord knows what injuries have been suffered.
And Stone looks like he's making his way back into the ring and clearing a bit of chairs out of the way. Iceman is just over that guardrail, he's just not moving. And that's a DDT, it's a guardrail assisted DDT, and that 1, 2, 3, and that's it. And it took something special. It took light tubes, it took a cricket bat, it took the forearm, and it took a DDT off the guardrail to finally put away the iconic Iceman, because he just kept coming.
Mind Stone is a sick individual.
It's just, Stone has took it to another level. He's just gone above and beyond anything that I've ever seen before, trying to put a man away. It went beyond. I mean, again, he's looking over him, and surely Stone just want more. He can't want more. Well, I think he's finally seen that he has finally put Iceman down in a barbaric Falls Count Anywhere Doncaster match.
I doubt we will see anything on this level for a very long time.
Iceman is on the outside and he's just not moving. We'll take another look at this. Look at Iceman's face. He's lost so much blood in that cricket bat combination across the stomach and the arm, and then that DDT, which was off the guardrail, was just sickening thud as Iceman hit the floor, and finally enough to put Iceman away.
As sick as I am, even I have to say there was no need for that.
I think Mike Stone's picked up the mic. He might have 1 or 2 words to say. He's.
I came into 1PW 5 months ago at the first Fight Club, and this piece of shit pinned me 1, 2, 3. Now, if that wasn't bad enough, this sack of crap then had the audacity to claim that he knocked me out. What no one said was it was the fact that I took my head, hit the mat, and that is what actually knocked me out, but this sack of shit claimed otherwise. As of tonight, I stamp myself as the toughest man in 1PW. Anybody want to step up? Come and bring it, because Iceman, I've got 2 words for ya: payback!
Well, Martin Stone, what can you say other than one tough bastard?
Evidently proud of what he's done to Iceman
But
tonight.
more importantly, this promotion, this place wouldn't be anything without you guys. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for supporting 1PW, thank you for paying your money, and more importantly, thank you for being some of the best bands this country has.
Well, after a battle like that, you've got to say that neither man will be the same again.
Certainly not in the case of Iceman. I think it doesn't have some speck or smudge of the blood that spewed from Iceman's forehead all over their bodies.
And yet he's still walking out. He's still on his own, no assistance. He's up and walking.
It's the way Iceman likes it. He came in alone, he leaves alone.
That's impressive. He's took the beating of a lifetime from Martin Stone, and although he did lose and he took the fall, he's up on his own and he's walking out the back with some guy in a stuffy suit. Not quite sure who that is. Let me get the camera off him. And Iceman is semi-unassisted up around, and he's turned to look at the fans. Face still covered in blood, although he's mopped the majority of it as he seemed onto that towel. It's just gushing onto his head. Here we have a bonus match, a tag team 4-way with the Chavs versus Entourage versus Pain Inc. versus Kid Richie and Chris Whittem.
Yeah, bonus little treat out there for everyone who went out and bought the DVD.
Well, here we go. Three of the teams look like they're starting off on friendly terms with the Chavs looking on.
Yeah, but they left them out. You know, the 3 teams looking cosy in the corner, and then they just exclude the Chavs.
Well, the Chavs took umbrage to it as they started things off here with Sloan and Ollie Burns. So the Chavs have just been elevated out of the ring.
Mark Slett. Good moves!
It's a running backdrop assisted boot. Not quite sure what they'd call that.
Action too fast to call.
He's hoisted him up in a power bomb, which he's flipped out of it. He's coming in. He's gone for the big boot, which he's caught him and took him to the ropes.
Joey Hayes now being assaulted in the ropes. Whitman Ritchie, double boot, series of kicks, and a double basement drop kick straight to the face.
It's a beautiful manoeuvre. Kid Richie and Chris Whitman there taking it to them with a double drop kick, and business has picked up. And not your favourite person on the planet, Mr. Curtis.
No, certainly not. He's an arrogant, idiotic, disrespectful. I'll leave the rest of it there.
I'll make sure that he picks up a complimentary copy of this DVD so he can hear his opinion on it.
So he won't be able to afford to buy it.
And we're straight in there with Sloan. He's gone for a power-based shoulder block, but he's completely shrugged that off. Maybe back to the drawing board with that one. Again, a double shoulder block here. And he just took down with a big double clothesline.
Well, caveman style offense is the only thing that Roughneck knows.
Well, it's what he knows, and it's what he's good at, and he's showed there with a big double clothesline Entourage out of the equation really. And a low bridge by the Chavs has took him to the outside.
Dumped straight to the floor, exactly where he deserves to be.
And there's an unfamiliar sight of a Chav looking nervous. It's just broken down as everybody's in the ring.
It's a Donnybrook.
It certainly is. There's chops and trading chops and blows. I didn't see that coming. It's forearm from behind.
Well sent to the floor.
And there's just action everywhere. Big fist to the gut. And he's just clubbing the blows on him. There's just action everywhere.
Far too fast to call. If you blink, you miss something. Firing back. Knife edge chop.
Andy Quildan just said that if we can we please get some order in the match? If we continue to have all competitors in the ring, he's going to disqualify everybody.
He's attempting to instill some law and order here.
I'm not quite sure he's eliminating one of the... Is he
trying to throw the chavs out?
I think he might be.
This is ridiculous.
Well, it all broke down. Nobody knew what was going on. There was wrestlers everywhere, and I think he's trying to get some sort of order in it.
And it's clearly not worked.
As it's still foaming in the ring, the referee just cannot control this much action in the ring. Ducked by the chavs. Well, went for a leapfrog, a double leapfrog, but missed. Whitten and Richie sent to the ropes. Irish whip.
Chavs responds. They're sent out to the apron. Whitten and Richie now send them both crashing to the floor.
A beautiful super kick there by Kid Richie, who's been shot to the ropes by his own partner into a cannonball through the middle rope onto the chavs. Now Whitten looks like he's planning on something. He's firing up. Oh, and he's been cut off by Sloan.
Specialist Mark Sloan. Unfortunately, he's now taken down by Pain Inc.
And this could be bad news. Bad news for Chris Whitten. He's got it hooked in a waistlock. And a leg drop over the top.
Almost a leg lariat into the Scorpion Deathlock.
And a leg drop on top. It's a beautiful double team manoeuvres there by Pain Inc.
I'm surprised he knew a wrestling.
As they continue to work on Chris Whitten. Again, another double team manoeuvre. The ref really has lost control. Well, he's never really had control. There's a monkey flip out into a big clothesline. But Ollie Burns is coming with a quick roll up. The chavs.
Oh, I'm trying to seize the moment.
Almost a 3 count there. Ollie Burns has been chucked outside. He's on the apron. He's fell to the floor. And the chavs are in control now with Chris Whitten, who's now been also tossed to the outside. The chavs is falling outside, laying the boots in. It's like all good chavs do.
Why are you looking down on the chavs?
Oh, I'm just calling it.
Society always looks down on chavs. They get such an unfair treatment.
It's the hoodie and baseball cap look, isn't it? Again, we're back to Pain Inc in the ring.
Yeah, he's so dumb, he's beating up his own partner.
And he's just chucked his own partner outside on top of everybody. I don't think he really got all of that. It looked like he might have done more damage to his own partner there.
See, he's stupid.
I just think it was a more misjudgment of the actual manoeuvre rather than stupidity. As he's now creeping around the outside, he's maybe looking to sneak up on get some chav. There's another chav. There's chavs everywhere. It's a somersault senton. He's taking everybody out on the outside. Kid Richie now. What's he going to do? He's again firing up.
High-flying madness continues as Kid Richie bounces off one rope, throws a fake, sends the turnbuckles, and it's a beautiful diving moonsault.
It's cleaned everybody up on the outside. Everybody's down. And still waiting to pounce on somebody.
Taking a breather, possibly taking a hot dog off that attendant there.
We're bated breath to see what he's up to. It's a multiple spear. I think he's taken down everybody.
Like we count about 4 bodies, he's just wiped out with one move.
Well, Entourage are the only one still standing in the ring.
And that looks like that's about to change.
We're going for some sort of double team manoeuvre. Oh no, baseball slide just to the outside though. They've rolled the chav in and gone for a sneaky quick pinfall. 2. And he's kicked out and lost his hat. But he's still got it. There's the other champion holding another quick pin. 1, 2, and another kick out.
Do not underestimate the chavs. They may look small, but they are strong and they are strength in numbers.
And now, Mark Sloan is looking for looks like he's bringing him up for an arm wringer into the inverted atomic drop, a clothesline from behind, a big boot, and then the insecurity, and then the Yakuza kick. It's a great series of moves there from Entourage. Perhaps we maybe could be looking for a pinfall after that combination, but Whitten and Richie in and a backdrop onto Ollie Burns. It's beautiful.
Far too many people to be keeping your eye on.
Double stomp into a monkey flip. A monkey flip senton, somersault senton.
It's like a backwards 450 elbow. Roughneck now back in the ring.
And that's going to be trouble for Whitten and Richie, as he's clearly the biggest man in this match. And
1/100th the size there, Kid Richie. Thrown into his own tag partner.
And again, sort of spear type shoulder block manoeuvre to just blown him down.
He ran into him head first, that's not going to cause him any damage.
And he's gone for the cover, but the chavs are in there to break it up. And that's just enough him serve to piss him off. And he's got big right hands.
Third on the chav though, he's standing toe to toe with him.
And there's a one behind him. And he's attacked him from behind. Again, uncharacteristically from a chav, he's attacked from behind. And he's going for some sort of...
Oh, what next? We'll have some bizarre happy slapping jokes.
Oh! No, and it was a... What the hell was that?
I have no idea, but it was effective.
Because he's actually taken him down. And the chavs... Well, it's a bit of premature celebrating there. They really should have gone for the pinfall after that.
Carpe diem for Entourage.
Ollie Burns is going to the top rope, and there's another chav. It's a different one.
It's Haskins. No, he was always in the match.
He's not the one that was in there a minute ago.
He was the one wearing the hat.
No, wait, that was the other one.
No, that was definitely him.
It wasn't. That's the third chav.
Three, there's only ever been two.
Well, whoever it is, he's in a wheelbarrow position, and Sloan is above him, and he's double stomped onto his head. Jackknife. How can you? He's not even in the match. And the chav has been. Well, you just claimed he was the chav in the match.
I never said.
Well, it's a 3 count. The ref has called it. It's official. It's in the book. Entourage win. A beautiful double stomp into the face, while Burns had him in a wheelbarrow position. And there we can clearly see there is 3 chavs.
Looks injured. Haskins comes out to check on him and gets pinned.
Well,
What a joke!
well, that's the beauty of the Burberry. Everybody looks the same. As obviously Burns and Sloan have picked up the win, and well, the chavs can feel cheated, but unlucky.
Alright. Do you want to pick on the chavs some more? What? Do you want to say that one of them tried to sell you a bus ticket before the show?
Well, I don't want to start any rumours, but you never know. See, look, clearly 3 of them. 3 of them, and 2 in caps. 3 in caps. Who else has cap on now? Caps everywhere. Burberry all over.
I never said there wasn't.
Too many colours up for my liking as well. I think the chavs got what they deserved. He has to get a beating.
They didn't deserve that.
Sometimes I feel I'm already
Chris the Bambi Killer versus Madman Manson.
Yeah, Manson's a strange one.
Crazy, clearly crazy, but sometimes those are orthodox methods get it done in the ring.
He's clearly not
No, but he has got his work cut out because that man is a monster. Chris the Bambi Killer is a beast of a man, and he's just, well,
Alright, Chris, now, I, on behalf of 1PW and all these fans here in Doncaster tonight, we really appreciate you coming here, but unfortunately, based on what's just happened, I mean, notwithstanding the fight for the future Battle Royal, which you are entered in, we don't have an opponent for you out here.
And now coming to the ring from the New Bedlam Mental Asylum, Madman Manson, who's clearly quite short of mental faculties.
well, he's clearly crazy, but nuts. That's all I can say about the fella. There he is, laid on the ring apron
It's certainly an original way to make an entrance.
with one boot on.
One boot.
He's slowly rolling into the ring. It's got to be the most bizarre entrance to a match ever.
On the other hand, he's making quite short work with the straitjacket. Obviously hoping to make short work of his opponent here, Chris the Bambi Killer.
I'm not quite sure the Bambi Killer actually is believing what he's seen in front of him.
I don't think he's had anything or encountered anyone quite like the man who's trying to make
Shimmy
love
across
to
the
the
bottom
bar.
row.
Trying to make love to the ring.
Or maybe we might get a bit of wrestling action now as both men are in the ring and Manson's on all fours crawling towards Bambi Killer, who's just shrugged him off. I don't think he knows quite what to make of Mad Manson.
Is he trying to dry hump his leg?
I'm not quite sure.
Manson with a picture of toilet roll on his stomach
And is that a drawn on knee pad?
and glasses.
The referee's checking his boot.
I'm not going to find much in there. Nope, Manson's had enough of the referee and wishes to shake hands with his opponent for tonight. He's a flaming idiot.
And the short half clothesliners took Manson straight down. Bambi Killer is, I don't think he wants anything to do with these fun and games. He's just all about straight in your face, smash mouth style. And that's an illegal choke really across the throat with the knee.
You got to do anything that works against Madman Manson. How can you scout an opponent like this?
Well, you can't, can you really? You got to see what happens when you get in the ring. Because I don't think Manson clearly knows what he's going to do every time he steps foot in there.
Who actually allows Manson in the building?
I don't know. I always wondered that how he actually makes it to the venue, to the events. Does somebody bring him? Does he just walk all day till he gets
I
there?
think he probably walks a good couple of weeks in advance.
He's on his front at the moment as Bambi Killer's just slowly just picking him apart. It's a big European uppercut. He's bounced straight back off the ropes into another European uppercut.
Manson would be wise to actually try and mount an offense here, rather than just take everything that Chris Bambi Killer's just throwing at him. Irish whip into the ropes and a beautiful, beautiful drop kick straight to the mouth of Madman Manson.
That's a pretty impressive drop kick for a man of Bambi Killer's size. He got good elevation, caught Manson square in the face, and knocked him clean down. Bambi Killer taking Manson to the edge of the apron, and again another big European uppercut. As Manson's just hanging over the edge of the ring.
He's not doing a lot.
Apart from taking a good couple of stiff forearms right across the back.
He's going to have to do something, otherwise he's going to end up just like Iceman at the hands of Martin Stone earlier.
Well, yeah, I mean, we don't really want to see that again. Certainly to the extent of what Iceman was. Bambi Killer seems to be enjoying himself, and maybe Manson is too.
Probably this is how he gets his first kicks.
Let's took him into the corner. It's an Irish whip. Bambi Killer running in, and Manson's got an offensive move, and he's raised his knees, and now he's booted him again, and a big clothesline from the middle rope has took Bambi Killer down.
I think he's finally woken up, Dale.
And it's a nice drop kick. It sent Bambi Killer into the corner. I think Bamikil's seen enough there with a big clothesline.
And Manson's right back to square one with an arrow on his head.
It's Bamikil again. I think he just shrugged off a little bit of offence, and he's going to get back to enjoying himself and systematically just destroying Madman Manson.
Picking him up once again, backing him into the corner. Another European uppercut. He's really taking him apart with these European uppercuts, which Manson has no reply whatsoever.
He just beeled him out in the corner, hold on to the wrist lock, and just slammed his wrist down and just treading his arm. It's a peculiar manoeuvre from Bamikil. He's got him in a knuckle lock now. He's brought him back to his feet. He's picked him up in a scoop slam position and slammed him down. He's followed that up with a big elbow into the chest and a cover. 2. Surprisingly, Manson's kicked out.
He's taking his time. He's not wasting any energy, but he didn't even bother going for the leg there.
A couple of offensive thrusts by Manson, but nothing really. Bamikil just shrugged them off. It's like nothing was even there. Kind of like Manson's invisible friend.
He's there. Alright, so we're back into the opposite corner. Scoop and a slam. Bristol Bamikil now. I think he's looking to finish him off. Big running power slam!
And that should be all she wrote. Took the leg. 1, 2, 3.
That's it.
Well, it's just
An impressive debut from the Bamikil here in Monkey Dog.
yeah, he literally just destroyed Manson, and it looked like he had fun while doing so. And here we are, the winner, Mr. Bamikil, and that's it. It's all over.
Sentenced him to death. Bamikil now sliding away victorious, pleased with himself, with a not particularly hard-fought victory.
No, taking a look at that again, Manson didn't really put up much of a fight. There's the big running power slam that was the final nail in the coffin. It's quite a meaty power slam there. To be honest, not many people would get up from that. Manson really though had no reply to anything. So we see Manson getting to his feet and rolling.
How does he write on his own back?
Yeah.
Trying to get out, but not being too successful.
I think he's actually going to go through all the ropes to get out. He has done. He's gone through every one of the ropes to get out of the ring. It's quite impressive. That's the most impressive thing Manson did in that match.
He's a prat.
And he's just poured water down his trunks. He just took that fan's water and poured it down his trunks.
Someone get this man a taxi, please.
And where's he straight? No.
I don't know. I just know that I'm quite frightened.
Yeah, me too. You see Manson hobbling, one boot and all, on all fours, back out the back,
Sliding.
towards somebody coming through the curtain who's clearly disturbed as well, who ran back through.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. We are just moments away from the final 1PW match of the year. It is the fight for the future Battle Royale. And the rules are as follows. In a moment, I will introduce you to the competitors that have numbers 1 and 2. Then, every 90 seconds thereafter, another competitor will enter the ring. Elimination, of course, occurs by going over the top rope and having both feet touch the Doncaster Dome floor. After all 20 men have entered the match, the last man remaining will be the winner and the undisputed 1PW Openweight Champion. And now, the man who has number 1.
And by virtue of his pinfall loss earlier tonight to the flawless one, Jay Phoenix. Your first entrant into the Battle Royale is El Ligero.
Well, obviously coming in at number 1, the odds are heavily stacked against you in becoming the first ever 1PW Openweight champion. But if anybody can do it, El Ligero can.
He's got no chance. I'll give you one reason why. Give it to me, Jay Phoenix.
Well, there's going to be 19 other guys in there, which means he will rack up, win number 456, 57, 58, 59, blah blah, until he can cheat his way to the victory.
Jay Phoenix has never once cheated or taken a shortcut to attain any victory at any point.
Okay, over to El Ligero in the ring, awaiting number 2.
Whilst we knew who number 1 was, we have no idea who's entering next.
And now, let us all find out who drew number 2.
Battle Royale. Obviously, again, odds are stacked against Magic.
Yeah, I'm enjoying numbers 1 and 2. It's a long, hard road ahead of you. But again, Magic very capable of going all the way and becoming the first ever 1PW Openweight champion.
It's not impossible.
It's been done before, from early on.
And then guy number 20 will just tough them all out.
And then we went to it's a completely different kind of structure. These kinds of matches, over the top. Maybe someone like El Ligero as well, being a high flyer, he's going to struggle to really keep it maybe ground-based, not put himself in any risk of getting chucked over that top rope.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, he's got to take a lot less risks the more he decides to try and elevate or use those ropes to springboard. The far greater chance he has of being knocked down to the floor.
Which obviously gives the advantage to later on a combatant who are bigger, have got a lower gravity, going to be hard to jump over the top rope. Someone like Ulf Herman, Iceman,
Definitely.
has a good chance of it. So we've got a low centre of gravity. It's going to take quite a few men maybe to get them over the top rope.
I mean, people 250, 350 pounds have definitely got a distinct advantage.
And here's the El Ligero aiming up with a big clothesline. He's got him in a capture suplex position and he's took him straight over. A nice T-bone style suplex on El Ligero.
I mean, obviously, Jay Phoenix weighing in at 352. He definitely has the best advantage in the match.
Well, again, he's coming in last. And it has been done. People have come in last in these Battle Royale situations and took the lot, won it all. And Jay Phoenix is in the best position possible to do that and become the first ever 1PW Openweight Championship.
Magic now working on the midsection of El Ligero. Following a forearm to the face, we are 8 seconds away from our third entrance into the Battle Royale to crown our very first ever Openweight Champion.
It's Colt Cabana. Colt Cabana, he's a seasoned veteran. It's good in singles as is in tag. One part of the tag team champions with Darren Burridge. Interesting to see how he's going to take towards this Openweight.
Also with Magic in there, this is finished business for earlier in the night.
Yeah, certainly. Obviously, the Damnation couldn't quite get the job done this time against Team Shaq. And obviously, Magic's going to want a bit of revenge, but Colt loaded with those quick fire right hands. Magic is just taking them.
And it circles around him quite literally.
We're going to see it again. It's a big flip flop and bionic elbow. Cabana still hasn't took his tag belt off.
No, obviously he doesn't feel the need.
Well, it's easy. They took the tag team belt off. That's time to get down to business and business hand of winning this Openweight Championship.
You might say it's easy now, but I mean, you wait till a little bit later on. You don't know who's coming out next. The odds could be stacked against him within 2 minutes.
Magic's getting a total of 2 buckles. He's met every one of them. And now signaling for El Ligero. Some sort of maybe double team manoeuvre. And he's rammed his head straight into Ligero's boot. And Magic is down.
El Ligero doing almost the wise thing here, and he took a moment out, didn't waste any energy.
And shot Magic into the buckle. Going for taking
a considerable risk here, charging into a turnbuckle.
And a big double knee to the chest.
Once the wrist pays off for El Ligero.
Looks like he's going for it again. I know he's something for Colt Cabana. A big running butt bump.
10, 9, 8.
Magic is teetering.
Colt Cabana mocks him.
And he's over. Clip to the back of the head is sent over. It looks like soon to get him out of the ring. And here we have entrant number 4, which is Darkside.
Darkside trying to spoil things for Steve Corino. earlier on this evening, hoping this time he's got a second chance, possibly winning gold here in Yorkshire.
Yeah, the dark side also these days seems to be about making a name for himself, getting himself noticed, certainly winning the Open title will do that for somebody.
Certainly becoming the first openweight champion of that. I mean, becoming the first champion everyone remembers now.
Dark side is doing the same thing, taking his time getting to the ring.
There's no point in wasting energy running or running into a battle.
It's like Box is now into the ring just as Ligero is trying to get out. Magic.
Darkside now going straight for Colt Cabana, trying to see if Colt Cabana just grabs him by the nose.
That's a nose lock. Big right hand there.
You trying to tell me that's a Greco-Roman move?
Could be. Greco-Roman nose.
That needs to wise up.
And it's a daddy belly splash. Magic in the corner, trying to wear down El Ligero, getting to a suitable point where he thinks it's time to get him over the top rope and eliminate him. Still nobody eliminated yet.
I think everyone's taking their time. They don't want to take too many risks. If you try and push a too fresh man over, you run the risk of being flipped out yourself.
Magic now trying to attempt to put El Ligero over that top rope. Ligero, he's hooked the legs around the head into a Hurricane Rana, which took him over and took Magic back down. Well, just popped straight back up. He's into the cup.
Cabana now with some stomps into the midsection of Darkside.
Just followed that with a big elbow. I think at the moment everyone's just trying to wear the other person down, trying to get to that point where it's viable to get him over the top rope. And that's like both men are being shot into each other. Well, they were. And Cabana's he's done on his own. It's a one-man quit.
Ligero obviously not understanding his grasp of English, probably not as good as it should be.
Well, there's his translators never to be seen, so obviously lines of communication we're not there. And however, we see this Chris the Bambica, that's the first real big man to enter the Battle Royale. This guy stands a real good chance of winning.
He certainly does. I mean, he'll be fresh. He made very easy work of Bam Manson in a very short time.
But certainly, he's going to be the competitor that's done the least amount of work tonight. He really did polish off Manson very quickly. He's going to be possibly the freshest man in the Battle Royale.
Going straight for Colt Cabana. I don't know how wise that is. You'd probably be much better off going straight for El Ligero, considering he was first in and the lightest as well.
5 men in the ring, no one eliminated yet, and Magic being hoisted over by El Ligero. I don't think he's going to get the job done on his own, but just look like Darkside was going to help him. He's actually thumbed him in the eye, and now they're going to try and get Magic and Darkside. They're going to try and get Ligero out. And who knows what will happen with Gabriel Gray on the outside. Even he could get into it, trying to help him. Ligero's hooked him into a double DDT, saving himself from getting eliminated.
Excellent reversal, Ligero just managed to pull it out just in the nick of time.
You know, we see Bambi Killer teetering on the edge. He almost got eliminated. And Colt Cabana has inadvertently headbutted Darkside, and a double splash from El Ligero.
It seems that Colt and Ligero have formed some kind of makeshift tandem in an effort to stay alive in this match.
There's Gabriel Gray on the outside. He's obviously still barking out the orders for Magic, but he's not faring too well at the moment as Bambi Killer shudders him with that big European uppercut and another one.
Favours the European uppercut. Colt Cabana's getting in on it as well.
And the playing tennis. Playing tennis with Magic, that's knocking back and forth, which is really going to take out Magic. Doesn't do his chances much good there. Winning his first ever WPW Openweight Championship. And things have just taken a turn for the crazy. Madman Manson is the next entrant into the 20-man Battle Royale.
If he can find the ring, maybe.
But is there a limit they have to get to the ring? Because this guy could take forever to get down there. And get in there.
Unfortunately, I think there is a limit.
Magic's been hung up on that top rope. Bambi Killer's just right his neck, isn't it? Gonna take it to him. There's Manson, he's still on the outside.
Stroking a child's face.
He's still not made it to the ring yet.
Obviously not realising the child not a part of the Battle Royale.
It seems to me that he's showing. Manson is wow, for someone so crazy, he's done quite well in buying some time getting into the ring, and it's beginning to fill up now.
He has his eyes set on Chris the Bambi Killer. Might have made short work of him earlier this evening.
Yeah, a bit of revenge in mind, perhaps.
Extending the foot.
A toe shake. Well, I mean,
I think he's going after the Bambi Killer.
no, wait. He's after the invisible entrant. And he has him in a wrist lock. And he's got him in a side headlock. And Manson's now elbowing his way out. He's shot to the ropes. And he's hit the shoulder block, but he's knocked Manson down. And crisscross, drop down. And he's leapfrogged him and into a hip toss. It's a beautiful hip toss. He's took him down in with a beautiful hip toss. And well, he's attacked from behind, big forearms to the back, and now he's stomping him away. He's knocked Manson down. There's a foot to the face.
10, 9,
And we're 9 seconds away from perhaps somebody real.
4, 3,
I think Cabana has pulled him off him and he's given him a stern talking to. Is this all of them? Is this all the chaps? Are they all entering?
There are only 2 chaps. It could be either one of them.
Okay, it's either one of the 2 chaps. We're not quite sure which one it is, although I can clearly see 3 on the video. And there they are, all 3 of them.
I never said there wasn't.
It's all 3 in. Well, they've immediately gone after to Darkside.
It's okay, they count as one entry.
And now it's really beginning to fill up. And I think Manson has just tucked one of the baseball caps down his pants, holding him into Dutch cap. So Bambi Killer and Cabana trying to get magic out. Actually, the first one eliminated. He's managed to hang on and slide back under.
Cabana now under arrest from the Bambi Killer.
I'm quite surprised that no one's been eliminated yet. There's quite a lot of beef in the ring at the moment.
Quite a lot of traffic. It's becoming quite difficult to move.
There's Manson in the corner. Maybe his invisible friend has been eliminated. Quite sure. Or maybe just rolled out the ring.
Oh, should we get confirmation of that from one of the referees?
Maybe we should. So still everybody in the ring. No one been eliminated yet. And Ligero working over one of the chavs. And Ligero has a chav. Lucha chav.
El Chavo.
Chavo, yeah, could be.
Chavo.
Yeah, there we are. Lucha chav El Ligero. And he's working over Darkside. Again, still no one been eliminated yet. Can't be far off another entry coming in.
Chav's obviously here. You would have thought have an advantage. Strength in numbers.
Certainly, if they all decided to work over one man, you would think they would be able to eliminate them.
Unfortunately for them, they've been split off.
Who is next? It's the flaming German Ulf Hermann. And things have really got interest now because Ulf really has to be one of the favourites. He's grabbed the chav, and there goes off. Was he eliminated? Yes, our first elimination, chav number 1.
This is just crazy.
Chav number 2.
I think the third Chav's just escaped his life.
I think so. I don't think we'd have an official entry anyway.
Thurman now picking up El Ligero.
And the UK Luchador is about to fly.
And combatant number 1 has been eliminated.
I know, there's the third chav.
Right.
Now he's gone. That's all 3 and Ligero. Ulf Hermann making short work of this. Manson. And Manson's gone.
He's cleaning house.
Well, Ulf Hermann he's now gone after Darkside. This doesn't bode well for Darkside.
Just befriend somebody and then stab them in the back.
Well, it looks like he has been Magic's gone. Magic's been eliminated, and this could be the end of Darkside. It isn't. Ulf Hermann has just thrown just about everybody out. And is that Bambi Killer? Is he gone?
He looks strong up.
Well, this is 2 big men.
Two big Europeans.
Well, he's made short work of Bambi Killer. And that just leaves Colt Cabana and Ulf Hermann left in the ring. Well, Cabana, he looks like he could have his work cut out here because Ulf has just thrown everybody out.
I mean, Colt's not used to fighting somebody as big, as talentless.
Well, Cabana has just stepped over the top rope, waved goodbye, and eliminated himself. Well, I guess he knew his number was up anyway, so he saved himself getting thrown out. He's just walked out.
I suppose he figured it was completely pointless trying to reason with a man as unintelligent as Ulf Hermann.
Well, Ulf, he's just cleaned everybody out the ring, and he's waiting now, just 5 seconds away from the next guy coming in. Who can it be? I wouldn't want to be in his shoes, whoever it is. Well, it doesn't need to be anybody. Maybe they've decided they don't want a piece of Wolf Herman either.
Is that?
Oh no, hold on a minute. It's Jody Flash is coming from behind. Straight out the back door! Wow. He's coming. Is that legal? Can he do that? Can you come from anywhere? I guess you can.
Of course you can. And Ulf, there's no rule saying that you can't.
Well, Ulf is not happy with the way things have turned out there. He's got blindsided and Ulf looked pissed.
Brains over brawn. Mind over matter. Jody Fleisch 1, Ulf Herman 0.
I wouldn't want to be Jody Flash somewhere down the line. Wolf Herman gets his hands on him because he's going to make him pay for that.
As if Jody cares right now. He's just eliminated probably the most popular man in the 20-man over-the-top rope quest to become LWW's very first openweight champion.
Well, I mean, there was a lot of guys eliminated there. The Flash is now in a very good position.
Stood in the ring on his own.
Yeah, he's not wasted any energy. He's just come straight in. He's eliminated the only man in the ring at the time, Wolf Herman, and now he's got time to waste and wait for the next man to come down.
Showing off his chiseled, ripped, and buff physique.
He's just stretching legs to keep limber, waiting for the next guy. Wow, it's a strange turn of events there. It's probably one of the favourites. Wolf Herman has been eliminated by the Phoenix, Jody Flash.
He has, and I think
It's okay.
yeah.
Needs to work on his upper body
8x10s are available to buy from his table.
Okay, I think I might go get myself one. Just 3 seconds then, and we're going to see somebody come down to the ring. The next combatant is, wow, tag team partner.
Not.
Well, yeah, from earlier on, seemed to get a little bit of dissension in the ranks. And really, both guys are going to want to win this openweight title, without a doubt. So I think any sort of camaraderie we saw earlier will be right out the window here.
Does Jody Fleisch have the advantage in mind games? He was the one who tried to cheat Johnny Storm earlier, but then managed to persuade him that it was just an accident.
And we'll see what happens. Both in the ring will put their weapons aside, try and work with each other until they're the final two.
Maybe they will.
That's a nice handshake, starting things off nicely, and it look like they're gonna lock up and have a sporting contest. Wow. Maybe it would be sound for them to wait, maybe eliminate everybody together if they can, make sure they're the final two,
Why not? I mean,
and then have the match.
that would be the wise thing to do, but unfortunately...
There we go.
I see.
There's a big hug there.
Everyone's been played there.
It looks like they are going to. They're going to work together, eliminate everybody, and wait till they're the last two and settle it as men now.
It's a sound tactic.
But we're just killing a bit of time now, basically, until the next guy comes in. Well, there we go, the countdown's on.
Threatening to lock up, there's no point. 6 seconds left until the next combatant comes in.
2, 1.
And that next guy is... It's the Pucker one, Darren Burridge. History.
Yeah, well, there's definitely some history here.
Here comes from Curtin.
Unfortunately for Darren Burridge, his partner will not be here to save him.
No.
He eliminated himself.
Burridge in a change of attires, like Team Shag attire. He's back in the Pucker one shorts.
It's more comfortable.
That's a beautiful double Japanese arm drag. Beautifully done by Darren Burridge. And it could be a meeting of the minds. The old noggin knocker. Oh no, it's...
Let's not.
No, it's a noggin knocker. There we go. It's not quite sure what that was. Line up for a big double clothesline. And there's Madman Manson. He's
Trying to get back into the match.
PW security. Holding Madman Manson back. He's clearly trying to get back into the ring.
He's clearly disturbed.
It's a dangerous move by Forrest there. He's on the outside unless he under the ropes. If you go over the top rope to be eliminated. But there's Manson. He's mounted the 1PW security. Keith Myatt.
Can't have been pleasing for Keith.
I don't think Manson realises he's been eliminated. I don't think he quite grasps
I don't think
Battle Royale is all about.
He doesn't know what day of the week it is. Of course he doesn't know he's been eliminated.
Back into the ring, It looks like Storm and Flash still working as a team, working over Darren Burridge. It took too hard for 2 men to eliminate 1, but now the second, 4th man is coming in. It's like another trick again, as he's Sterling James Keenan.
Perennial fan favourite, hero of the Moors.
Well, this guy's got a real good chance now to be the first ever openweight champion.
Well, I mean, he's going to take his time. Why not? It's a sound tactic.
There it is. Ring open. And there's Burridge. He's gone over the top rope. He's hanging on. And Keenan's.
Burridge perhaps praying that Sterling will save him. No.
Well, it's clever. It's clever. Obviously, Keenan, he doesn't want to use any energy that he doesn't have to. He'll take that seat in the corner, let them find it out amongst themselves. He wants to win.
He's a winner.
Openweight champion.
He's a winner.
Intelligent.
Too scared.
I
Too
knew
scared to get it.
He's joining the fray now. He's trying to eliminate Johnny Storm over the top rope. Series of elbows to the back of the head. Storm keeps the midsection.
The sooner they get Sir James Keenan out of this match, the better. Come on, Johnny.
They've paired off now, Keenan and Storm, Flash and Burridge in the corners.
Perhaps another makeshift tandem here between Burridge and Keenan in an attempt to break down the dominance of the tag team of Johnny Storm and Jody Fleisch in this contest.
Burridge seems to be thrusting himself into Flash. That can't be pleasant for Flash.
There are dice stuck in there.
No, there is indeed. He's over the top. He's almost gone as we wait the next entrance into the Battle Royale. I believe it's Iceman. Well, after the absolute hammering he took from Martin Stone.
As far as I'm aware, he actually left the building in an ambulance earlier tonight.
Well, it looks like, unfortunately, the iconic Iceman will not be making the Battle Royale, but no one can blame him.
I've just been informed that Iceman has been taken to the local hospital,
He's really
so
an
he
understatement.
won't be able to compete in
Martin
this
Stone
match.
tried to end his life.
Again, I don't think Iceman's going to be too impressed with missing his chance of being crowned the first ever openweight champion either.
And again, a dangerous man like Iceman, a guy as large as he is, would have had probably a distinct advantage over many competitors in the match.
Certainly, like I say, a big guy. It's going to take 2 or 3 people to try and push him over, and the way things are split at the moment with only a few men in the ring, you would stand a real good chance of keeping the numbers low, eliminating them, and giving yourself a real good chance of winning.
Sir James Keenan now breaking down that possible miniature alliance that he formed with Darren Burridge to try and get rid of the tag team of Storm and Fleisch.
It's a nice reverse elbow. And there goes. Oh, Keenan's gone through the middle rope. He won't be eliminated if he hits the deck.
Johnny Storm really should have been going for the top rope and not the middle.
Keenan is holding on anyway, instinct. Keenan, we will know that he has to go over the top rope, but obviously he's just holding on, just out of instinct there. Storm just lays the boot in.
Burridge there, not really at too much risk. Jody Fleisch appears to be getting tired, not quite lifting the full body weight of Darren Burridge over the top rope.
We're still really yet to see Fleisch and Storm go at it against each other. They still seem to be working well together as a team.
I would imagine they're going to work as a team right until the bitter
10 seconds now away from another entrance into the Battle Royale.
Another person hoping to get their grips, to get a grip on the 1PW Openweight Championship. Let's see who it is. It's the man who eliminated Iceman from this match. It's Martin Stone.
Stone, this is his kind of match. It's all in your face and mile an hour, just how he likes it. It's going to be his time.
He's certainly hard hitting and smash mouth enough. If he starts throwing a few of those elbows and a few of those forearms around this ring, he's going to knock everything clean out. But even that can work to his disadvantage. Picking up somebody from dead after KO, it's certainly more difficult.
Yeah, it's true. It's certainly worth it. Maybe he's going to have to stick to the quick attacks, trying to get them over. Maybe just double teaming, trying to keep getting people eliminated. And there's a bit of a face-off now between Stone and Keenan.
Martin Stone squaring up straight into Stone and James Keenan's face.
Stone isn't intimidated by anybody.
Exchanging forearm smashes now with Stone and James Keenan. Backed into the ropes. Sends Mindstone to the opposite side. And a big boot straight to the throat of Mindstone.
Stone laid out by the big boot. Keenan relentless. He's going after Stone. He's laid the forearm in it. He's followed with a big elbow on the back of the head.
There's one thing we've learned from earlier tonight. Very little phases Martin Stone. And he has to be riding on an emotional high after sending Iceman crashing out earlier tonight.
I think Burridge has pulled his pants down and shoved his backside. Oh, now he's going to do it to the
This
pillar.
is disgusting.
And that's... there's Madman Manson again. He's still trying to get back into this battle royale.
Is he doing?
No, he's... Maybe thought the sign of Burridge's backside might have put him off coming back in, but he still wants a piece of the action. That's what tempted him in.
Once again, wrestling with Keith May out on the floor. He may have a shoe.
Well, there's that Flash hanging over there.
It certainly is. It's,
Storm on the other side.
so it's looking like the tag team of Storm and Flash is in jeopardy here. Nearly out.
He's just managed to hang on. Nothing touched the floor there. And now Burridge has got his boots across his throat. Storm's back in the ring. He's working over Martin Stone.
I'm surprised Johnny Storm isn't in the opposite corner trying to save his partner.
Another entrant. 4 seconds away. The ring really beginning to fill up again now. After Ulf Herman cleaned it up earlier on. Steve Corino. The ring is really filling up with some big guns now.
Steve Corino's maybe to make it double gold.
Yeah, he could be the first openweight champion and still hold in his mind the WWE World title.
Johnny Storm now returning the favour, working on Darren Burridge.
Again, back to the double team. Seems to be working real well. Obviously, the tag team specialist. Steve Corino.
Thankfully, didn't wait for the fall.
He's just walking outside. He's gone after Martin Stone, which is it's quite odd because he isn't the next freshest man after.
Usual choice. I certainly thought he would have gone after maybe Storm or Flash or something like
Yeah,
that.
well, the guy's been in there longer, but he's gone straight after Stone.
Certainly a very odd choice. But perhaps the best match guy in the ring for him.
There's Burridge leaning over the ropes. Flash standing on him, trying to knock that wind out of him, make him tired and exhausted, sap the strength from him so he can't hold on when he's being hurled over the top rope.
Well, I mean, you can choke a guy, you can rake the eyes, you can do anything you like in a match like this. The referee is not going to administer any kind of punishment to you for doing it.
Now the rest there just watch the eliminations. There we go, 5 seconds.
2, 1.
Next combat, about to make
Tasted defeat earlier on. Had a few slips on the ropes, maybe his confidence dented.
maybe nervous.
Yeah, certainly. This not really his type of matchup, battle royale situation.
Yeah, I mean, he could take a lot fewer risks in a match like this than he normally would.
Obviously, Pac's all about the high flying. He's got 101 top rope manoeuvres, really. They're null and void in a matchup like this. Already, Pac's found himself on the deck. Keenan working him over, he's just left him in the corner. And now, there's now Keenan and Corino.
Everybody's going after Martin Stone.
Is that Flash? And they're trying to get Martin Stone down.
And nobody being successful.
Again, that low centre of gravity is working from Stone's favour.
And the very strong forearms keeping him in.
Storm has just gone through the middle rope, so he won't be eliminated if he hits the deck.
So Darren Burridge seems to be quite pleased with the choking.
He's quite proud of himself. Again, tag team partner coming to save him.
5, 4,
Distinct advantage for both Storm and Flash.
1.
While they both stay in the ring, they've both got a real good chance of going all the way.
Pac now, is he trying to avoid Storm and Flash? And here's Jack Storm.
Well, again, a bit of history between quite a few people in the ring now. There's obviously James Keenan, Steve Corino from early on tonight, Keenan way back. Obviously some issues there.
Storm Storm.
Still on top of the mat, right? not very clear if they're enforcing their kind of rules or not.
Well, generally that's the done thing. So cleverly giving himself a couple of minutes, perhaps waiting for one or two people to go out and be eliminated.
Carino was teetering there, but he's managed to stay in, and there's a flash. He's gone over the top rope, but he's hit the apron. And a big forearm from Keenan. He's teetering on the edge.
He's rocking.
And there's slipped on the top rope. Is Carino trying to eliminate Sterling James Keenan.
It's an odd predicament. I certainly thought that those two would probably have some sort of temporary team tonight.
Especially after the earlier on events where they were a tag team. And there's Storm stood on the top. Storm is well, the countdown for the next guy is coming up, so
he's really got to start making his way towards the ringside area.
Well, there's got to be some method to his madness, and why he's still on the ring, on the rampway. Wow. There it is.
Obviously, two people earlier discussing their numbers, and
yeah, the numbers were drawn at random earlier on, and yes, tag team got together. And obviously they've seen the tag team strategy that Storm and Fleiss have employed throughout this matchup, so they've seen it was a good idea to try and adopt to that same sort of strategy.
It's really going to be much fresher. Steve Carino and Sterling James Keenan going straight for them though.
There's plenty of unfinished business there as Carino wails in on Dave Morales.
Jack Storm with the advantage over Sterling James Keenan, choking him on the mat.
Pac still grounded. Really not his kind of matchup as Storm rakes at the nose. As Morales he's got Steve Carino on the top rope. He's trying to get him over. Maybe he's looking for Jack Storm to come across and help him try and eliminate it.
Well, it'll be feather in a cap for Dave Morales if he can eliminate the champion in this one.
Jack Storm is still working over Sterling James Keenan. A lot of history there between those two. Johnny Storm has just poked Dave Morales in the eye.
Well, it's fair and love and war in this one. Especially when a prize as big as the Openweight Championship is up for grabs.
To become the first ever 1PW Openweight Champion. There's Jack Storm, there's Steve Carino as well. Dave Morales he's got Carino up several times at that top rope, but it's almost over. Carino is hanging on for dear life now. It's going to be eliminated Carino here. He's still on top as we await Dragon Ice. Carino managed to rescue himself there.
He was obviously a very favourable number here.
Yeah, we're getting to the later stages now where we're getting towards the end. Men are tired, they've been there a long time. Aching limbs.
He was the one that did the least work in the Damnation Team Shag Tag Team Championship match from earlier tonight, so he must be feeling fresh. But Burridge, not forgetting earlier tonight, has cut him straight off and goes straight in with forearm smashes.
Do you think that was a conscious decision by Dragon to maybe let Magic do more of the work in their tag match?
Well, maybe it was, certainly.
Everybody's going to want to win the Openweight Championship, so maybe it was always in the back of Dragon's mind.
Well, he was in a very enviable position in that he could have won not one but two championship belts tonight.
Could have been a double champion. So it's still no eliminations for a little while now as Carino's still on the apron and
Morales is bullying plenty of people onto the apron.
He's got a good chance.
He's got a very good chance.
The underrated Team Supreme, they get a hard time, but they are fundamentally sound, and they're on any day they can beat anybody in 1PW ring. And he nearly eliminated Jody Fleiss there. He went the next entrant. What's happened here? It looks like they've all put their differences aside, and Phoenix is not liking what he's seeing here.
This is ridiculous.
Phoenix, a man who likes to rub everybody up the wrong way, has now come face to face with many of those people.
This is discrimination.
Are they just deciding who's going to take the first shot now?
This is absolutely outrageous.
Well, what can you say? But he's been stomped on by everybody. He's not looking so flawless now.
Yeah, exactly, because he was the freshest man, he was the man most likely to win, so what do they all do? They all gang up and they pick
It looks like it could be the...
This is ridiculous!
Gone. Well, the shortcuts came to a dead end for the flawless one, as he was flawlessly eliminated quicker than it took him to get to the ring.
absolute joke.
Anyway, now we're back to the important people in the ring, not the ones hanging around ringside. And well, there goes Flash again. He's hanging on, and the drop kick from Keenan. That's Flash is gone. Flash has been eliminated, and that splits the tag team up. The two guys are working together, maybe to get to the end. One of them has gone.
Johnny Storm's chances now decreased rapidly. Where was Storm during the elimination?
Oh yeah, this is true. I think he might have been busy with Martin Stone. By the looks of it, Stone has got him in the corner. Is that Steve Corino been eliminated?
Steve Corino is out.
Well, the self-proclaimed 1PW World Champion has just been eliminated. And you've got to say that Corino did also have his eyes on being a double champion.
He certainly did. And now, Martin Stone, probably looking like one of the favourites in this, after Jay Phoenix was disgracefully eliminated.
Well, some would say, I'm not one of them, but some would say Phoenix got what he deserved.
Ridiculous. And now Stone has gone.
Wow, the eliminations are coming thick and fast now. A lot of tired limbs out there.
It's a good job I didn't say he was going to win.
And there goes Dragon Iso.
And the hands of
Team Supreme have just eliminating everybody. Now he's on the top rope, he's hanging on.
And Keenan!
No, he's not, he's hung on. The Team Supreme,
and that's it!
And Keenan has gone. Keenan has been eliminated by Team Supreme. Wow. And that now is Team Supreme, the Pucker One down Burridge, Pack.
Johnny Storm.
Still hanging in there. Storm wisely sat in the corner, maybe taking a breather, trying to catch 10, see if he can recoup some energy. He's been in there quite a while now.
Wow, why is Stu and James Keenan still being allowed to loiter at ringside and pointlessly distract Team Supreme in this way?
Well, there's Corino.
I picked Dave Morales from the start.
And there's Sterling James Keenan, both ringside leaving. Corino does not look impressed with getting eliminated. He obviously really did have his eyes on winning this prestigious title.
Maybe so, unfortunately for him.
Well, he's been eliminated this month, that's for sure. And there's Darren Burridge, he's taking on both of Team Supreme, and he's coming out on top. And maybe Burridge is looking at the home run.
Burridge now with a second wind.
He slipped out the back door, but he's took.
No.
He's hung on. No, he's been eliminated.
Team Supreme have claimed another.
Wow. It's got down now to Team Supreme, Pack, and Johnny Storm.
Well, Parker, Johnny Storm and Parker are a distinct disadvantage in that they hate each other due to the events from earlier this evening. But they are going to have to try and forge a makeshift tandem if they are going to stand any chance against Team Supreme whatsoever.
Yeah, the much bigger Team Supreme are really in a real good position, and it looks like we might get to see the situation where the two remaining men are part of the tag team. There's Morales and Storm working over, shot to the ring, and a double Hurricane Rana. But looks like Pack and Storm
possibly even working as a team now.
Should be, well, he's trying to get Storm's leg over the top rope. A much heavier Storm, and Pack trying to work him up, trying to get him over. That's a super kick from Storm has sent Morales down.
Johnny Storm proclaiming that's it.
Storm.
Surely he can't be thinking about picking up Dave Morales for a Wonder Woman.
Wow. I think if he gets it done, it's going to be hard to get him, like I say, his dead weight off the canvas to get him over. But Morales has reversed that. He's chucked him on the top rope and he's hung on. Storm is hanging on for dear life. His legs are flailing towards the floor. Both feet have to touch the floor. And he's hanging on. I think he's rolled under. He's survived one more time.
Jack Storm now working over Pack. Team Supreme really with the advantage. You can probably see them being the last two.
There goes Pack. He's hung on. Jack Storm, I think he believes he eliminated Pack, but Pack hung on and landed back under the ropes. But I think Storm has now seen him and he's gone back to work on Pack. And Pack really he's just taking a beating again. He's like a bit of a rag doll in there at the moment. That's a big power slam from Jack Storm, followed up with a big elbow driven into the chest region. And it looks like a choke, but again, no real rules here in the. Looks like a claw come eye rape on him. But again, the ref's only there to count the eliminations. So really, they
can do whatever they wish.
Certainly can.
Dave Morales now trying to fling Johnny Storm over, but he's got his legs wrapped around his throat. And a boot straight across the head of Dave Morales.
Now laid over that middle row. Storm trying to take advantage, try and get him. I always question this running towards him. He's been backdropped over, and he's landed on it again. And he's gone through. He's poked him in the eye.
A heavier man, or a more experienced wrestler would have ended up straight on the floor.
He nearly got him. He was nearly in the table. There's Pac's gone over the top rope. He's teetering on the edge against Storm. Jack Storm, he's head of steam. He's come forward. He's going to shoulder into the midsection. He's gone through one of his Pac's somersault low bridge, and Jack Storm has gone.
Good grief! Pac has eliminated Jack Storm.
He caught him with a somersault from the ring apron into the ring and low bridged him at the same time. It was quite a spectacular move.
I was not expecting that at all.
And that leaves Dave Morales in a bit of a... Well, he's on his own now, but he's more than capable of doing this now. He's down to the last three.
He's still the biggest man in the match.
And he's got the advantage of them all. Johnny Storm, he's hit that Hurricane Rana, that rewind Hurricane Rana. He's hit the clothesline, and he's gone. And we're down to the final two of Johnny Storm and Pac.
Just as I suspected, Johnny Storm was going to win.
Well, we're down to really two of the lighter combatants that have been in this 20-man over-the-top battle royale.
It surprises me that the smaller man has probably got as far as they have.
Really, the more experienced Johnny Storm really has got to be looking at the favourite. And this Team Supreme still loitering around the ringside, looking with the evil intentions.
Devastated with the injustice that's just been served.
I'm quite surprised that they've left as quietly as they have. But it's down to the final two. We've got Pac and we've got Johnny Storm.
The winner takes it all. The winner will be the 1PW Openweight Champion.
And you've got to remember these two guys earlier on, they went at it. They've got a bit of history from earlier. Johnny Storm was hell-bent on making Pac's life hell, giving him some abuse when he slipped off the road. Maybe a bit time for a retribution for Pac.
And of course picked up the victory.
It certainly did. With that Wonderworld, got the 1-2-3, so Pac is really going to be maybe looking for a bit of revenge on that front as well.
John's hoping that lightning does indeed strike twice in the same place.
Instead of a big right hand and a trade-off on right hands, it's got down and a big kick to the side of the head by Pac and Storm.
Sends Storm reeling.
And that's a beautiful middle rope Japanese arm drag right over. That's a beautiful manoeuvre. He's got him. He's going to try and eliminate him now. He's going to over the top rope.
Careful.
He's gone over.
Keep your eye on Pac.
He's skinned the cat. He's got him in the head scissor position and skinned the cat. And he's hit a Hurricane Rana type manoeuvre. And Storm's on him. Storm's hanging on. He's got one arm on the apron. But Pac is trying to push him over the top rope. He's got his legs. He's got his. Oh, he's good. He's punched him. He's trying to get his hand under his midsection to try and push him out. But Storm is hung on. He's back in the ring. And he's caught him with a big flying
leg lariat.
Standing
sky twister press from Pac.
That's a beautiful manoeuvre. Again, but you've got to question, it's got to take something out of Pac. Them sort of high risk manoeuvres, it's going to be impact for Pac as well.
They're called high risk for a reason.
Pac head of steam towards him. He's on the middle rope. He's leapfrogged over and a big slap to the back of Pac. He's got him draped over that top rope.
Johnny Storm perhaps looking for that reverse Hurricane Rana.
It looks that way. It looks like he's setting him up. This could be the move that could end it all for Pac and make Storm the first ever 1PW Openweight Champion.
Both men have got to be careful.
I mean, both men have every chance of going over themselves here at the same time. And he's landed on his feet.
Unbelievable!
He doesn't realise he's on his feet, and he's gone back. Pac has become the first ever 1PW Openweight Champion. That's an incredible feat.
I said he'd do it.
I don't think Pac can quite believe it himself.
Here is your winner and undisputed 1PW Openweight Champion, the man that gravity forgot,
Again, here it is. He's looking for that reverse Hurricane Rana, and look at Pac landing on his feet.
Amazing agility.
Storm is oblivious to everything, and then he realises what's happened there as he's hit the deck outside the ring.
There he is, your very first 1PW Openweight Champion, Pac.
Team 1PW, Fight Club 4, fight for the future.